So welcome back once again to ICC Cricket Academy ground here at Dubai. Confirmation, Pakistan posting 240 on the board for the Windies to chase. What a magnificent inning by Sidra Amin, up the order 96. Just 4 runs shy from getting that 3-digit mark. And Nida Dar, exceptional down the order, 81 of 86 balls. Two main players to talk about, Sanamir, a cameo of 21. Bowling for the Windies, a good setup by the fast bowlers, Salman and Connell, consistent bowling, but loopholes little bit by Taylor and Fletcher, giving away that runs in the middle orders. I have with me Sabah Masood, welcome, and Chabi Bhatt.
Thank you, Marina, and good afternoon to you ladies as well. It's a very interesting day so far. We've seen some stellar performances from the Pakistan side. They've managed to put a good score on the board up there. This is what we're going to have to see now. How is this combination? Right, thank you ladies. Thank you for joining us. They've managed to put up a good score, the Pakistan team, and comes the first ball.
Yeah, Diana to start proceedings for Pakistan. How important is to contain on this wicket? Kesia Knight out there, the opening pair with Dandra Doughton. Chawi, how important is Dandra Doughton's wicket today?
Oh, extremely important. Thank you for having me with you all here in this combox. And yes, her wicket is going to be essential. We saw her form in the previous game. 96 she got. Brilliant knock that she had played, and her innings and every single run that comes off her willow is going to be an important one, not only for the Windies but also for Pakistan to watch out for. They would be eyeing her wicket very, very closely, and they would want to add on that pressure by picking her wicket up very early up in the innings.
Definitely, and Windies rely on Doughton and Taylor heavily, so they too are the pillars of their lineup. Pakistan has that in mind. Diana brought in place of Ayman, who got injured. Good looking shot, and that's driven beautifully. Just a mere push down the wicket, and that's gone for 4 runs. Well, a welcome boundary for the Windies, welcome boundary for Kesia Knight.
I think it's this pair, the most dangerous pair right now from the West Indies side. They're going to be very smart about this. They're going to have to play not too many risky shots, but with a score like that, they will, however, need to get out of just that bit of comfort and see if they can keep taking boundaries like this. Because even if one of them goes out, there's going to be some disturbance with the team. And definitely so, that will come across. The partnership built up. We saw a partnership between Sidra Amin and Nida Dar, and then between Nida Dar and Sana Mir. So 2 essential partnerships coming in for Pakistan, and that's why the big total up on board, the 240 score that they put up very well today. I think the batting was excellent. They played like there was absolutely no pressure, and that's what it is when you're batting first. There's very less pressure. You know, you have a total that you need to set. Very unlike while you're chasing. You know, every ball, every run is important because you've got to get to a total, and that is something that will always be you know, a questionable mark as well.
I agree, but the point is Pakistan is done and dusted with the batting. Now they're bowling, and the wicket looks pretty flat out there with shots like Kesia just has played. It seems like it's coming onto the bat really well, so they have to be very consistent with line and length. They need not to lose any runs out there in the start, as it's setting the tone. So first over gone, West Indies 4 for none.
So with this pitch, do you think it's going to be easy for the West Indies women to keep taking boundaries and maybe score a few sixes? Do you ladies think that we will see an exciting innings from them, or they're just going to have to take some singles here and there, not go too high, not go too out of the comfort? Well, Sabah, this track is flat. The ball's coming nicely onto the bat, so the chasing is quite easy on this ground. Also considering that it's a fast outfield, it's got the slopes at the right areas, which allows the ball to travel very quickly to the ropes. That is something that will help the Windies. And what is going to be essential to see here is how the bowlers are going to add that pressure on, having the fielders right at the right spots, ensuring that you bowl to the field. The catches will have to be taken. Pakistan will also, even though they've got this good total on the board, that extra effort will have to be made by the bowlers to ensure that the pressure is built on. And we're going to have to see what Sana Mir does, and a good delivery for her to start with. And also just an observation from the outside as well, the body language of the Pakistani women look totally different from the previous game. They look much more positive. They look much more in control of what they are wanting to do.
I think we've seen that from the start of the game today, Javi, that as far as the body language is concerned, you can see there's definitely a sharp turnaround. They look more confident today. There's definitely that pick in their step today. And Sana Mir, excellent all-rounder.
Brilliant piece of fielding from Nasha Sandhu. Well, it will be important for me to look as how Sana will operate the new ball. We have seen that from West Indies. Taylor and Fletcher did struggle on this wicket because it doesn't allow any turn. So they need to adjust their line and length. So we'll have to wait and watch that, how Sana will go on with it.
Oh, of course, she usually comes in the second over. She bowls with the new ball. She's got the experience on how she's going to use it. The track should help her a little bit, probably in some areas. Maybe a little bit of wind that we see that's blowing across the ground might help her with a little bit of movement. Again, she's a spinner. Maybe the quicker one might do the trick. She's got a lot of variations. She's got the ones that she flights, the flatter ones, the quicker ones. She's got those. It's going to be very important to see how she uses these variations.
She has trapped Doughton quite a few times with the new ball, with a quicker one, and I think that's what they're targeting, bowling straight to her, right into the pads with a good pace on it, not allowing any room whatsoever to Doughton.
It's a beautiful day here at the ICC Academy, and playing the second ODI, Pakistan versus West Indies, and the women are in form. I think they both look pretty confident today. I think they're both going to want to win this match.
They are all on par, and that's the end of the second over as well. It's 4-0.
I think unlike the previous game, West Indies definitely chasing, but they will like to keep that run rate around 3+ in the starting overs. They don't want to hang out too late in the innings. They want to finish strong. But on the part of Pakistan, I think they should be looking for wickets right now, because they cannot afford for Doughton to settle in, or even any other batter on this wicket.
So at the start of the game today, it kind of seemed that whoever will win the toss will definitely want to bowl first. Did it seem that way?
Yeah, well, I did the pitch report, and yes, the track was going to benefit the seamers in the early on 15 to 20 overs, and usually in an ODI, these are the overs that actually are the ones that will give you an outside to see how the rest of the innings will go forward. The crucial overs in the beginning, it's also the part of the power play, the only two outside the ring. There was a little bit of moisture on the turf. Then it's an ingrown grass. It's not even grass which is rolled in. It's natural grass which is grown. It's a green top that we have. We did see a little bit of movement that seamers got, the West Indian seamers. Going forward now that we see it's a flat track, there's not much that help that is coming from the track to the bowlers. What the bowlers can do here is to bowl the tighter lines, not giving enough room. And I think that's exactly what Dinah Baig is doing. And also Sana Mir, the first over she bowled was a maiden over for her, and she bowled those lines tight. And what she did the best, I think what the both of them are doing, they're bowling to their field. Bowler is going straight to the fielders. Windies are going to have to do something different here if they need to get to the mammoth total.
I agree, Xavi. When you don't have much support from the track, all you need to do as a bowler and a fielding side is to bowl a straighter length, and also considering the strength of the batter, you need to trap it down. You need to pick the area that is her weakness and try to bowl it on those ones.
The Windies are trying to play very safe, and has been a maiden over so far. Not just the Windies are trying to play safe, but I think it's a very windy day here in the comms box. It seems as if it's going to be raining dust very soon.
Yeah, some of the dust is coming down here. And a
That was a brilliant delivery by Diana Baig. Talking about her, she's a youngster, a very committed one from Gilgit. She's one of the few players we have from Gilgit, and a very hard-working girl, a good, genuine outswinger.
It's a beautiful place in Pakistan, and if that's where you come from, you just bring a lot more beauty to the game itself.
Very consistent she is in her line, in her lengths, and the edge just falling short of Javeria Khan there at the backward point region. That might have been a chance, but that's good bowling from Diana Baig. She's creating those chances, and they will have to do more of that. Yet another maiden over. It's still 4 for no loss. 3 overs gone bust.
They're definitely trying to be very, very keen about this. They're not playing too many shots here. Although we have seen miraculous performances from Dotton, and this pair can really do wonders, but right now they're trying to play safe. Right now they're not going with too many shots, even though we have seen a maiden over here and there. But I do think that with Dotton still holding the bat, you never know what's going to come next.
Well, she did that in the previous game. We saw how she built her innings, and we did see that she had a very, very slow start. Eventually she picked up. So again, she's one of those players, you never know what's in store until actually that she would do it. So well, Dotton, go on with it. We're waiting.
She's got some magic up her sleeve, girls, don't you think?
Definitely she has. She's been brilliant, and we've seen that. And with that shot, we know that what she can do with Offord, a little bit fuller on the length, and she all had to do was to make a good connection. 4 runs for Dotton. Xavi, I think she heard you.
Probably did. But she's going to have to keep this consistently. There was a bit of a top edge again there. There was no... the point was a little backward. Even there's no extra cover. The cover fielder slightly towards the extra cover region. And some bowlers, you know, they go with a sweeper cover option just to be on the safer side in the power play.
Yes, but I think Sana has a plan of bowling straight to her. That's why she kept the field rather that way. But there is a huge gap, and she has to be very careful with what line she's offering to Dotton especially, because she will not spare any loose deliveries.
This is what this pair is capable of. This is what the Pakistani team right now be scared of. Sana Mir to Dotton. Ooh, that's a lot of ball here and there, back and forth, and she's an absolute swing, isn't she? Sana Mir is at her best.
She likes to take the attack to the batters as well. But you don't want Dotton to get settled. Pakistan will not like it.
Some scaring tactic figures there. Sana Mir is trying to look in control, and she's not going to give too much room to the players here to make a lot of runs. But this is what this pair is capable of. A boundary here, and then some dot balls, and then another boundary. And that's where they will get going, and the Pakistani team will have to watch out for that.
So change in field coming here. The lefty-righty combination going on for West Indies. And Sanami is going to be coming around the wicket, so she's creating that angle for the left-hander. This is going to be an interesting one. It's the final delivery of the over. We will have to see what Sanami is going to bowl. Is going to be a flighted, flatter, or the faster one?
It was a good length ball, and Sana did manage to get Knight out in the previous game. So 4 overs gone, West Indies 9 for no loss.
It's a pretty day. Still very breezy. But the pair seems to be settling in. They seem to have a plan. A bit of chat between the two ladies, and they're definitely onto something.
Yeah, with the target on board, you're a little clear as what approach you want as a batter to go around with, and I think that they know that they have a little depth in their batting. Totten out there, if she hangs out till the end, that would be a great support for West Indies. And as for talking about Pakistan, they really don't want that. They need to take her out of the equation as soon as they can.
Pakistan's strategy should be to pick up the wickets instead of containing the runs. They should be looking to add on to the pressure that way, because the more they contain the runs, the more the batsman gets comfortable out there, the more they're able to see the ball more clearly. And that's what happens. Even though they play a couple of dot deliveries, I'm sure they wouldn't mind it. What Pakistan should be looking to do here is to pick up those wickets very, very quickly.
Definitely the run rate is quite within the reach till now, and it's not much of work to do for West Indies. They don't have to go all out with par. They need to maneuver the field and play along. But Pakistan, I agree with you, they have to be looking for wickets. They cannot afford to hang out.
And that's what Diana Baig is trying to achieve right now. She's bowling well. She's trying to contain some runs here. But you're right, as you all pointed out right now, this is what this hour needs. This is what needs to happen. We need a wicket as soon as possible. The bowlers are just like itching to get a couple of wickets out so that they can get the game going.
Yeah, Pakistan has a setup for Totten. They've got a gully fielder in. No, it's a point towards. Oh, an edge, then that was a genuine edge. She bowled it. Well, we were talking about how important wickets are, and Diana Baig striking right at the time she needed. And Totten goes. So what a delivery to Totten. She got bowled.
Seems nothing short of a miracle, ladies, I tell you that.
Oh, brilliant that was. Just nicking the bails off the stumps there, and took Totten by surprise. And that's the one that they wanted, and they've gotten it.
Through the bat and pad gap, Totten was nowhere in the line of the ball, and Diana bringing in a little bit, and that's did the trick for Pakistan. Totten goes for 5.
It was definitely not her lucky day. Seems like that. But they still have a good batting lineup. Next in would be Stephanie Taylor. The skipper is in, and she would definitely want to fill up the space left behind by Totten. The dangerous Totten is gone. This is what I like to call her. I have a name. That's it. She's a dangerous Totten. And everybody, when she's out there on the field, you have got to watch out. She is brilliant.
Well, I think probably Pakistan will have to also hold on to the pressure. Usually what happens with teams is, we get carried away. We say that, well, we've got the main batter out, and I think we can relax a bit now. But no, Stephanie Taylor has been in good touch as well. She had a 58, the knock from the skipper. A good knock it was from her end as well. And that'll be something as well. What they will have to do is now they will need to get the grip on the game even more than they already had.
Stephanie Taylor, look at that figures, 113 matches. She's got loads of experience, and we all know that she can take away game any day single-handedly. So yes, Pakistan needs to still focus on taking wickets rather than just getting a little bit comfortable that they've got rid of Totten. There's lot many to come.
Stephanie Taylor and Keisha Knight are going to try and build a partnership, just the way Totten and Taylor did the other day with the first match. That was a beautiful partnership, and they saw them through the match. Tried to hold the ball.
That was a good looking shot, but straight to the mid-off fielder. So now they've got the gully in for Taylor. She tends to give away some chances in that zone, and Pakistan is aware of it.
And truly so. We saw Diana Baig gets that outswing. She gets the ball to move away from the batsman, especially to the right handers. She's got that natural swing that moves away, and you know, the outer edge probably going to point or gully. I think it's good thinking by Bisma Maroof. She's the one who's put herself there at the gully region. I think there's very good thinking to just add that additional bit of pressure on her. They will also keep the skipper Stephanie Taylor in check. She knows that, you know, that's the one that I shouldn't give away to.
Definitely, and one thing to mention here is Diana can bring back into, as she did to Dotton. 5 overs gone, West Indies 1 down for 9.
West Indies women require 232 runs in 270 balls. That's actually a really manageable figure if you look at it. And if they keep playing the way they have been playing, with not losing too many wickets, this team has still got what it takes to win this match very easily.
And they're on par when it comes to the run rate. It's a 50 overs. You've got plenty of time. Take some time out there. Spend some time on the turf. This is what the coaches usually tell you, the basics. And that's the batting scorecard for you for West Indies. Just the 1 wicket down of the main one for Dotton. That's the one that they were eyeing. Sana Mir to continue.
Sana has been exceptional if you talk about bowling to left-handers. She's got a good economy, and also most of her wickets have come for left-handers also. She got slip in. So Pakistan is looking for wickets, and that's exactly what they should do, because run rate is not concerning right now for West Indies, and probably it will not with this track.
Every time Sana has the ball in her hand, it seems as if she comes out there with a plan. The body language that says so much. She says, I'm here to get you, and you better watch out.
Constantly shows, definitely does that. And this is the kind of body language, the kind of aggressiveness you require in games of this sort. We've been talking about how the women's game has evolved over the past years. You know, we were talking about how the power game has come into popularity in recent times. We never saw big 6s and 4s coming in from the women earlier. Women are getting stronger, they're getting fitter these days. And well, if you closely look at any of the games, and we have people who would want to compare the men and women's game, I don't think we're far behind.
Absolutely, and if you see the way Sana Mir bowls, or the way Dotton would throw a few 6s in the air or 4s, they're just absolutely nothing short of brilliance.
I agree, it's not anymore the hanging out in the garden for ladies. This game is totally professional, and when it's come in the ground, it's rivalry, no more.
Absolutely. I think these ladies, they can give men a run for their money if they were to play some of these ladies in the ground. I don't think they'd be able to stand for too long.
Yeah, truly so. Well, we do know how that would be, and well, that'll be.
I don't think I would be able to stand a couple of minutes with them. I'll probably get knocked out in a minute.
Well, that'll be the end of the over as well. 6 gone. It's 10 for 1.
I'm going to need some special helmets and some special pads to protect myself. I don't think I'd be able to take any of their balls. I will be running for the covers.
The cover position for fielding?
Into the comms box. Save me, save me.
We see so many nations across the world, ICC making their efforts to develop cricket in different regions of the world. And that's the bowling card. Diana Baig, Sana Mir each having 3 overs. And Diana Baig, the one picking up that wicket, the very important one of Dotton. And that's gone past. That was a chance there at first slip. And it was Naida Khan that has run away for a boundary. Wouldn't mind that, the Windies. But excellent piece of bowling that by Diana Baig.
A perfect delivery, a perfect length, and a genuine edge put down by Naida. You don't want to put down these. These are the chances Pakistan needs to grab on if they want to defend this total. And wow, talking about the delivery, it was a delight to watch. Angling away, Diana Baig. Wow.
They cannot afford to make any more mistakes at this point. Right now they need wickets, and every chance they get is an opportunity.
Yet again, a brilliant delivery to beat Kesia Knight. Well, she's having some trouble, and Diana is up to the mark. A perfect length to bowl, and with a new ball, that's the scene you want to see from a fast bowler, Chavi.
Oh yes, absolutely so. And that's why you're a fast bowler. You get the movement, sometimes you see bowlers, and I think, you know, kudos to Diana Begg for actually making that extra bit of effort to get that movement of the air. You usually don't see yet again a good delivery. Confident leave by Knight. When the turf is not helping you as a bowler, this is what you've got to do. You've got to use the air. You've got to use the leather by itself and a little bit of your shoulder to get the movement of the air. And there are very few today that you see who can swing the ball in and out both. And I think Diana Begg is doing a wonderful job here.
She's doing such a superb job if you look at her figures right now. I mean, with a couple of maiden overs, that's just been beautiful.
This is what Pakistan need from their bowlers: consistent line length, a clear plan regarding the batter, and the exceptional bowling by Diana. She's delivering what her captain has asked her for.
She is an inclusion in the side today. And well, she is making her mark.
That's brilliantly placed, and that will run away for 4 runs. Just opening the face of the bat. It was a full-length delivery. Managed to get through that cover in point area, and Kesia Knight a lucky boundary to get away with after a good few deliveries. And that's where the concerning point is. When you get good line length going, you don't need to do much experiment. You can see that just angling a little to get away with it.
Well, that's what they will be looking to do as well, the Windies. Bit of a relief for them. A couple of runs on the board for them. They wouldn't mind that.
Last ball for this over. Diana Begg to Kesia Knight, who's kind of finding it hard to play.
Oh. Didn't carry that. Just falling short of Naida Khan. And she was on it. What a good delivery to end the over. 7 gone. 18 for 1.
That was a beautiful over. That was an absolutely brilliant over. Could have been, just had they been a bit lucky there, they could have easily gotten a wicket from that over.
Yeah, lucky for Kesia, but definitely a brilliant fielding by Naida. The ICC Women's ODI batting rankings, you can see Stephanie Taylor right up on the number 9 for 632 ratings. And then Doughton on the second. She's gone, luckily for Pakistan, but all is going on. Some boundaries, some drop chances, a good piece of bowling, a perfect ODI match.
There's a lot happening there. Catches up, there are edges, ball is falling short, couple of boundaries. Well, it's game on here at the ICC Academy in Dubai. It's West Indies chasing a mammoth total of 241. They're at 18 for 1 after 7.1 overs. And the first wicket to fall was of the very important wicket that Pakistan would have wanted, was of Deandra Doughton.
Not so lucky today, but who was lucky the other day was Javeria with missing so many catches. That was a match made in heaven, I would say.
She got away with one even today. A slip.
That is
Taylor
unbelievable.
down.
That is unbelievable. I think she's had a special note from God saying, no more catches for me.
Sanamid doing a brilliant work out there for Pakistan. A consistent line length, giving no room to Stephanie Taylor. And that will add pressure to the West Indies.
Fielders are right on the mark, not giving any room to them to take those singles. The singles are not coming nice and easy. And if the deliveries keep going on this way, and more dot deliveries do get piled on, it will trouble the Windies, and they might go in for a big hit, which, well, it could work out to be a bonus for Pakistan.
The bowling lineup has been shuffling between Sana and Diana. Still have a lot more to come. There's going to be new bowlers with more tricks up their sleeves for these players, and see how they're going to fall to them.
Pakistan doing good work. I've always talked that cricket is about doing things in pair. So Diana and Sana, both on the both ends, are brilliantly into the game, and they know their strengths in bowling the right areas to keep down the pressure on the West Indies from both ends.
They definitely do seem to have a game plan today, Marina. They're confining them, they're constricting them to not take too many.
So after 8 overs, West Indies is 18 for 1. Talking about Sanami, right up on number 1 ICC ODI bowling. What a superstar she has been, an icon for Pakistan women cricket. She has been delivering for Pakistan from quite a few years now.
The only Asian cricketer as well, Sanami, to have played 100 T20s.
It's brilliant she is. And what an amazing personality for her and for the youngsters on the side to have her guiding them constantly, having her on the field. Definitely an asset to the Pakistan side.
Oh my word, Diana Baig. She's been exceptional, brought in today, and boy, she's delivering. Kesia Knight, yet again a lucky escape. A genuine beat for an outswing bowler to the keeper.
You can definitely see that Kesia Knight is kind of finding it hard to play Diana now. She is definitely in a fix. She's stuck there.
You know, when you play a T20 international, you've only got 4 overs of that particular. Oh, that's a good delivery yet again. Moving slightly away from the left-hander. Getting that bit of a movement in the air. Diana Baig, you're on par here today.
Perfect length to beat a batter, and just the right amount of movement she's getting to beat that outer edge. But Kesia Knight, now changing her guard, moving towards the middle. So probably she needs some thinking to do. Pakistan is on to it.
The way they are playing, the way they are bowling, the way Diana is going on, you can definitely see a wicket coming in any time now.
The full toss delivery, just over pitch there, and the white signal from the umpire. And Kesia Knight might be thinking that oh, it's not a T20, this is a 50 over. She's got 10 overs and another 6 probably to go by.
Well, yeah, but full credit to Diana Baig for maintaining that line in length to block down Kesia. That's a shout and given out. Diana Baig at last rewarded with a wicket. She was trying to catch Kesia Knight, finally edging to the keeper, and that's the reward of brilliant bowling for Pakistan.
Now, see, I did say we were going to see something in this over. I think I'm definitely a prediction person for today. Everybody needs to come and ask me what's going to happen next. Definitely.
Yes, we'll do that. We will have a prediction every other over. Yes, we will.
Look at that.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Perfect line, swinging away from middle, and Kesia, no feet movement. Well, we saw that coming, luckily, by the prediction Sabak gave us. We need some more to come.
I am the tarot card reader for today, ladies. Everybody needs to bring their destinies out.
Yes, I think also good glove work there from Sidra Amin. Shamini Campbell, 26-year-old, 62 matches and 964 runs, comes in to bat at number 4. And, well, she will have to accompany the captain out there if they need to chase that. Another 222 runs West Indies require. But let me tell you, Pakistan is bang on today.
She need to play a role now with Stephanie Taylor for this run chase. And once again, brilliant bowling by Sana and Diana, keeping the pressure up, and that's what resulted in the wicket. But obviously Pakistan has a plan and right on course.
But the danger is not over. Taylor is still on the crease, and you can see that as long as the skipper's there with a partnership being made, it can be any minute that the boundaries will start coming in. The ones, the singles, the twos, that's all they need. That's all they will need. And once they start going, Taylor can definitely take it up.
She's got the strength. She's got the, she's got the ability to even cross the ropes. It's all about spending that time out there, trying to understand
Obviously, Diana Baig, will come back for her second spell. She will take a break. Probably, I'm guessing that she might have one more over to go after this one. She'll probably bowl 6 on the trot, have 4 that'll be kept in for later. Well, that'll be something to see. Usually, when the bowlers are bowling well, the skipper just, tells them to go in till 7 overs. Yeah, that's a good-looking delivery and played well.
Yes, now a huge responsibility on Taylor to just make sure that West Indies cross that chase down mark. But Pakistan, on the other hand, needs to keep putting pressure, not with just these 2 bowlers, but the other spinners yet to come, because we have seen that not much of a support for spinning department today. But with world-class spinners we have like Nashra, Nidadar, they might have a plan, and they should have, especially for this lady on strike. Chance of a run out, but Taylor just made her ground. Soft hands, drop and run, and probably that's the plan right now for the West Indies. 9 overs gone, West Indies 21 for the loss of 2.
It's always interesting to see when they have a game plan like this. The skipper seems to be chatting with her new partner there, with Shemaine Campbell, and definitely talking about the score that they need to chase. They have only managed to get 21 runs.
It's always good to come together, between the overs, come have a quick chat. It's a team game. You help each other. You plan. Let's look at the next 2 overs. Let's look at the next 3 overs. You see where you want to go. You set targets for yourself, and you start converting those. What they will need to do, I think what they did very well in the previous over, is the drop and run. They will need to keep the Pakistani fielders busy, and that's what happens when you start taking the singles. That's what Pakistan did very well today in the partnership, is the singles were coming. We didn't see too many of the big hits. Nidadar, yes, getting the 2 sixes, however, but they took the singles very well. They were moving across the pitch very quickly, and that kept everybody busy. You keep the game going.
Change in bowling by Nashra, and drop shot, and that she has been punished away. Little bit uppish, but to reach the boundary. Not a good start for Nashra, but definitely Taylor utilizing the bad ball.
.25 for 2. The required run rate is climbing up slowly to 5.3 runs in over. And another drop and run. Well, this is going to be a tricky over here. Nashra Sandhu would want to be a little careful. She won't want to go away for too many runs together.
Sensible batting by Taylor. Just got a 4 from the previous ball, and now just soft hands taking that single and putting pressure on Nashra. Nashra has a huge responsibility because the 2 bowlers before her were bowling very tight line. Now she has to deliver what she's asked for.
She'll have to keep those tight lines going, keep the pressure on. You don't want to lose out. You don't want to give away any loose ends. You want to keep it. Tight. Oh, that was a slightly getting that outside edge. And Campbell for a second. The ball didn't rise as much as Campbell expected it to. Stayed low on that occasion.
I think it had turned a little bit, just a fraction. I mean, have to see that. But yeah, a good ball to come back by Nashra. Probably West Indies will take attack to her because they know that they're running little behind the run rate.
Has been an interesting last couple of overs if you look at it. There's been some dot balls, some singles, a wicket, and then a boundary as well, and then dot balls again. This is what they need to keep doing. If they don't want the West Indies team, to settle down and get too comfortable, this is how they will need to constrict them, to just let them take singles and maybe a couple of dots here and there, but getting them to get loose on some boundaries will definitely make it a game easy to achieve for the West Indies team.
A good comeback by Nashra after the first ball went for 4. Now changing the field, the cover has been pushed back to the boundary. Probably saw Campbell using a feed coming down the wicket. Now I think Bisma has discussed with Nashra, they have a plan.
It's the last delivery as well, the 10th over. Just getting a bit of a hit there on the pads. And that'll be the end of the over as well. A decent over here from Nashra Sandhu. 10 gone, it's 26 for 2. And a change in the com box. We've got Kamran and we've got Nabil.
Thank you, Charvi. Thank you, Marina. And Sabha will continue with us. An excellent start by Pakistan bowlers. The perfect start that Pakistan would have talked about at the beginning of the innings. And Diana Baig, she has been exceptionally well. Bowling in swing, and this is, I think, where Windies, think tank Windies captain, they missed the trick in the morning. They brought in Kunal from this end, who is basically an outswing bowler, and she tried to outswing the ball from here, but most of her deliveries kept coming back into the batters. On the other hand, Diana Baig, she has been exceptional.
What stellar performance today, Kamran. But tell me something, with the day being so windy right now in spots, there are some patches now that we get, and we even were joking about this in the comms box earlier, that the comms box might come down at some point. But do you think that on a windy day like today, it does become a little difficult for the bowlers? Does it upset the line and length?
Yeah, a quick run and there could be a chance, but batsman eventually safely in. There was some confusion in the middle of the pitch, and in the end they completed the run, and lucky for Windies, the captain Stephanie Taylor, she managed to reach the non-striker end unharmed. And we welcome Nabil.
Thank you so much, Kamran. What a brilliant start it has been from Pakistan, especially Diana Baig. She runs in again. Beautiful shaping away from the batter. You can't compliment much, especially to the ball that she bowled against Dottin. That shaped away, and after pitching came back in. Diana has been on song, Kamran.
Absolutely, and I think, like we say all the time, Dottin is an exceptional player, and to get exceptional players out or get over them, get the better of the good players, you have to come up with something really extraordinary, and that was one extraordinary delivery that Diana bowled.
And if you look at this, what a day it has been for Diana, and there's an appeal and it's taken.
So that's the third wicket for Diana Baig. A brilliant outing for her so far. Her first match of the series. She was rested throughout the T20 International Series, and then the first ODI she had to sit out. And now when she replaced Ayman Anwar, she has been all over the Windies. Probably an unlucky way to get out.
Yeah, I think luck favoring the brave there, and she got the rub of the green, and she got lucky. It might be a bit of a marginal call, and the batter has all the right to feel a bit unlucky there, but that's part of the game, and it cannot take anything away from the lovely bowling that Diana Baig has been putting up here.
What a day it has been, gentlemen. If you look at it, Diana has had all the luck in today, and what performance, what a day she must be thinking she's had. I mean, when you come in and you substitute somebody on a day and you don't think that you're going to perform like this, you know, because you're obviously substituting somebody, another player. I don't think you come in with all those expectations on the ground, just thinking that you're going to go and be so lucky to take not just one wicket, the most important wicket of the tournament of the day, and continue to do that and give the players a tough time. She's had all of them so constricted. You can see they're all trying to struggle whenever Diana has the ball in her hand.
Absolutely correct. And this is where this is what makes the making of exceptional players. That whenever, as soon as they get any chance, they make the best use of it, and they make sure the whoever they are replacing, they have to wait for a while for their turn to get back in again.
Well, Diana has been a revelation so far. Her first game of the series, and she has been a star. And now a quick short pitch delivery against Nation. The Nation is batting without the helmet, and Diana making her intentions clear. If you are here to face me, you'll face the music.
If you remember, Nabil, Nation is no less of a troublemaker than the rest of them.
Here's another look at the wicket, and it was a full pitch delivery, and the batter just missed the line completely over there. And it's not the first time. While Alia Riaz, she missed a straight one as well. So I think the what Sabha mentioned earlier about the wind picking up over here, so that might be taking some effect on the judgment of the line as well for the batters.
What a phenomenal start it has been for Pakistan. They couldn't have asked for a better start here.
They definitely could not have asked for a better day. If you look, the minute Doughton went and the smiles on the faces and the cheer up, you could tell that the day is going to set out brilliantly. And with a wicket like that, you kind of feel that you have the whole game in your hand there.
That's an easy single. And I think now Stephanie Taylor is the price scalp here. If Pakistan can get rid of the Windies skipper, and that would be the game. I wouldn't mind seeing Bisma with the attacking captaincy. She shouldn't mind the singles or even boundaries. Let her attack the bowlers, and who knows, Stephanie Taylor might fall to the tactics.
Without a doubt, and I think here Bisma has a Windies team by the scruff of the neck, right, literally. And this, in true sense, this is their last recognized pair that can take the game away from Pakistan. And what they would be looking to do right now is to knit up a good partnership like what Sidra and Nida did earlier in the day. They combined a partnership of 102. So for any kind of chase, any total, partnerships are always key. So here, if Bisma can go a bit aggressive and try to purchase this wicket, that can be very helpful for Pakistan's cause.
That was well shot and wide, cut towards the backward point. Javeria would cut it off. Would be an easy two for Nation. Nashra Sandhu cannot let away Windies batter score freely, because the pressure Sana Mir developed from the other end helped Diana to attack.
Absolutely. And if you remember I was thinking about the T20s in Karachi, the way Nation played there. I mean, she's no less of a danger batsman here. She's definitely got all that it takes. She's got the skill, she's got the power. She can be a hard hitter when it comes to it. Her level, her skill is no less than the rest of the team. And with Taylor right there, these two can still form a partnership. I mean, these players can really take the game a notch up and take where it needs to go just by being a little careful.
Without a doubt, and that's where the Pakistan captain needs to be a step ahead with the game plan and not to give them the time to settle in and jot down a good partnership here. With that dot ball, that's the end of the 12th over. It's 31 for the loss of 3 wickets.
If you look at the run rate, it's 2.58, and I think we're going to need to have the West Indies team will need to take that up just a notch up, because that's what they need to do for the runs to be achieved. It's only been 31 runs in 12 overs so far. They need to step up the run rate. but not lose too many wickets. And here is the summary. Diana Baig has done 6 overs with 2 maidens. Very impressive. Sana Mir with 4 and 2 maidens, and Nashra has just started her overs with 2 overs down and has given 9 runs. 1 extra.
So Diana would continue. She's having an extended spell due to the 3 wickets she has taken.
The bowlers are not doing so bad if you look at it. There's just been 1 extra throughout.
She wants Nishan to play an expensive shot. That was a wide delivery, inviting her to open up her arms. And like you said, Sabha, Pakistan have been really disciplined in their bowling. Just 1 extra so far.
That's very impressive. I'm sure the boys are learning something from here. The ladies are giving them a lesson or two.
And definitely, and these cricketers have become stars, especially because of the home series. With the crowd coming in, I'm sure they must have given inspiration to the next generation.
Absolutely. If you remember the kind of crowds we pulled up in Karachi, they were beautiful. I mean, there were some school girls, some college girls. There were a lot of people, this young generation who wants to play cricket and who is so attracted to the new format. The T20s put up a great show for everyone.
I think the credit must be given to the West Indies Cricket Board and the Windies team who not just came to Karachi for the matches, they went out. They enjoyed their time out there. And that is the sort of message that Pakistan needs to send across the world. West Indies have been the great ambassadors of the game of cricket.
Great ambassadors and supporting cricket in Pakistan, and the nation couldn't have been more thankful to them.
Short delivery and pulled with disdain. That was pulled right between long on and mid-wicket boundary. So as we were speaking, nation is a dangerous batter. And Pakistan cannot take the game for granted.
And I think it might be a good idea to have someone replace Diana Baig, because without a doubt she has put in a very good effort, and especially with the Stephanie Taylor who is playing. She has been in the circuit for a long time, and in 115 matches she has played, she has 532 50s.
She's number 9 on the rankings all the way up.
So both Diana Baig and Nashra are pretty young, very early in their careers. So it's going to be a very good learning experience for these young Pakistani bowlers to play with the best of the against the best of the business.
And also Diana needs to have a rest before getting another crack at the Windies batting lineup. It's a hot day, and you could see that the speed has dropped, the intensity in the run-up has dropped. But very well bowled, Diana Baig. You have been the star in the 7-over spell you have bowled. And with that, it's the end of the 13th over. Windies are 35 for 3.
They must not lose any more wickets right now. That's what the West Indies team is thinking. That's what the ladies are now thinking. All the players on the crease need to stay there. They must not lose. KCR Knight, who was gone by Diana Baig, and then Dottin and Taylor, who's playing right now with Nation. These two need to keep the pace up. We still have a big lineup. If you see, there's still Natasha to come in, and Henry and Fletcher. They can still put up a fight if it comes down to it.
Absolutely correct. So have a look at the batting card of Windies. Kasia Knight, the first one to go, then Dottin as well. So there has been no shortage of effort by Pakistan. Rasha Sandhu continues. Earlier in the day, Sidra Amin made her career best score of 96, missed her 100, maiden 100 by just 4 runs. And in this innings, Diana Baig, she is 3 for 16 right now after 6 overs, which is by far her best bowling figures in her career. Her previous best figures were 3 for 41.
And what a beautiful performance we saw earlier in the day from the Pakistani side. I mean, the ladies gave a great job. You know, they look so confident today. They had that skip in their pace.
And a good pedal sweep by the experienced Stephanie Taylor. And she picked her spot. Nashra Sandhu, she's probably struggling a bit with the wind. And it looks like because the wind is not that kind of wind that is steady. So it's a start and stop kind of wind. And Nashra Sandhu is struggling a bit to put the ball where she wants.
Gentlemen, it's been raining some dust in the comms box, I tell you that. My hair would need another wash.
Just adding to the strong wind comments that we are making, I think another problem that Nashra would face it is about the drift. The drift she usually gets because she's bowling against the wind, so she won't get that drift in.
With mostly dot balls, and in the recent overs we've seen a couple of boundaries.
And very quickly placed perfectly in the gap, and that's where the experience of Taylor is coming into the play. She is looking to just place the ball and get some momentum on the scoreboard to keep the score ticking, and before Pakistan realize have a 30-40 runs partnership, and then they can dictate the terms from there.
This partnership has only managed to produce 14 runs so far. And with about 14 overs closing in, we have 41 for 3 down.
Well, another seamer would replace Diana Baig. It's probably going to be Alia Riaz. A good move from Pakistan.
I think it's much needed right now. This is a good game plan. They need to change in some strategy. They need to bring in another ball, another hand in to see what they can do. This is what the team needs to do. You know, take changes, take more plans in, confuse the players on the crease, confuse them to see, you know, what all can they do. Some new changes can always be so delightful.
So 3 wickets gone down. Kasia Knight for 13 off of 28. Deandra dot in the prize wicket, 5 for 14, beautifully bowled by Diana Baig. And then Shameen Campbell, LBW Diana Baig, a bit unlucky, you would say. She scored 1 of 8. Stephanie Taylor is on the crease, 14 of 23, and she had a nation for 7 of 11.
With a star player down, the minute Dotton goes, I think the team must have felt more ruffled.
That's a brilliant start from Alia Riaz. So Pakistan are putting up the pressure, fresher pair of legs, and definitely she would bring in the energy that is required right now, because Pakistan cannot allow Windies to slip away from this position.
Without a doubt, because in the first innings as well, they were in a very better position to post a much better target, but then they well bowled.
What a delivery it is, seemed away. And Nation is having problems. Stephanie Taylor is walking up to her. There's probably a crack that is helping out Alia Riaz, but it has been a brilliant start from her.
Ladies are having a chat, and the captain is saying, do not fear. I'm right here with you. You go, girl.
So Alia Riaz. A quick run. They were looking for the second, and maybe they get the boundary. Yes, it is. So again, Stephanie Taylor bringing all her experience to use and just placing it. It's a nation this time. So that looks like the game plan right now.
Well, that was a beautiful nick from Nation.
And the quick chat seems to have come in handy, Nabil.
Definitely, I think the pressure was mounting on her. And this boundary must have given her some relief. Alia Riaz teams in again. This time a fuller delivery driven to the covers fielder.
If you looked at Alia Riaz's bowling, even when the first ODI, she gave a stellar performance again. I mean, she was very good with a line and length. She's bowling straight deliveries, and she actually gave a really good performance. I mean, she was a delight to watch.
Yeah, basically, Alia Riaz bowled stumps to stumps. We saw how.
That's up in the air and in the vacant area on the mid-wicket boundary, and easily a couple of bounces into the rope. Another boundary for a nation in the over.
So it's the second boundary of the over, and the initial pressure Alia developed with those two deliveries. It's now over, and the pressure is back on Alia and Pakistan. Let's see how she'll respond.
This is what me and Javi were discussing earlier as well, that when you have a quick chat with your partner on the crease, sometimes it can really help you, get you going, get you coming out, coming forward.
This is a dot delivery. So eventful over comes to a close, and with that 15 overs have been completed. Windies women are 49 for 3, and it's going to be the first drinks break of the innings.
So we are at a picturesque ICC Cricket Academy ground, and it's the first drinks break of the second innings. So people who have joined us right now, earlier in the day, Pakistan women captain Bisma Maroof won the toss and elected to bat first, which looks a pretty aggressive and very positive decision by the captain.
And it seems to be playing in their favour because they managed to score a big run rate.
Yeah. So to start the innings, the start was not particularly well. So they lost Naida Khan at 15. She managed to only 3 runs. The next to go was Javeria, the experienced Javeria Khan in the 10th over. She could manage only 5 runs. And then the big wicket, Miss Bispa Maroof herself. She got out at 52 in the 14th over. She scored only 8. But after that, Nida Dar and Sidra Amin, they constructed a brilliant partnership of 102 runs. And by the time Sidra Amin got run out, she got unlucky to be run out, misjudged a single at 96 and missed a deserving 100. She went for 96 in the 33rd over. And then from that point onwards, Pakistan strolled at the end for 240. On the way, Nida Dar, she played a couple of good, beautiful shots, tried to up the scoring, but Pakistan kept losing critical wickets and losing the momentum. So it was 240. Can be said that on this surface it's just a par score, but then whatever was left in the batting, Pakistan bowling has made up for it, especially Diana Baig with a brilliant opening spell of 3 for 16 in 7 overs, 3 for 20 in 7 overs.
What makes it even more great is the fact that it's her first match of the tour of West Indies to Pakistan, and now in UAE she sat down for the 3 T20 internationals and the first one day as well. And now that she got the opportunity in place of Ayman, where she made most of it, grabbed it with both hands. Nida Dar comes into ball. Stephanie Taylor wanted to cut it between the two fielders at the point region, but missed it completely.
I think Nabil, on this is the kind of pitch where Nida Dar's bowling would be much suited for this kind of surface, because she likes to push it through, unlike Sanamir, who likes to loop it up a bit.
Another star bowler, Kamran, for the Pakistani team. Nida Dar has some really impressive figures there. She's a real asset to the bowling side, and every time that you see her playing on the ground, you get that feeling that she's really out to get them there.
And bottom edge, she tried to sweep it, but luckily for her, it took the bottom edge and just strolled away to the short fine leg boundary for 4 runs. And Nida Dar, like we were saying, she is pushing the ball. And Stephanie Taylor again picking her spot, although she could not execute it perfectly, but got lucky with the bottom edge, and it went perfectly in the vacant space on the right of the fielder. So unlike Sanamir, Nida Dar likes to dart it in, which might be a good ploy here. This time she looped it a bit. And so this is what happened earlier in the day, just for people who are joining right now. So the highlights of the innings. And she went back and cuts it in the vacant short third man area and collects another 4. So that's the second 4 of the over. And with that, that ends the 16th over of the innings. It's 57 for 3 Windies.
And with that, a change in the comms box. Going to hand out to Abid and Marina.
Thank you very much, Sabah. Well, Marina, interesting. The game is drifting away from West Indies, but let me tell you, you cannot predict this team, because they still have this betting pair who can build a strong partnership. And talking about Nation, she can hit big hits as well. So still, it's an even game for both.
Yes, this partnership is looking very promising now for the West Indians. Taylor out there, still the danger women for Pakistan. I had mentioned earlier that Pakistan need to keep a tight grip in the middle overs, because that's where they lose the tempo. And West Indies now are looking very positive.
Well, I like the action of Alia a lot. It's nice and smooth. And she's been good. She's been on target so far. So joining us, K. Asif as well. K. Asif, welcome to the Com Box.
Thank you, Abed. Well, as you guys are talking about that Taylor is still there. Yes, but you do remember that they're chasing more around 240, yeah? So when you're chasing and you runs to win 184 in probably in 34 overs, 33 overs, 34 overs, won't be easy there.
Yeah, the asking rate, they must keep checking that, because it's above 5, which will be a real concern for them. That means they need to take a single almost every delivery.
Yes, again, when Taylor is out there, you can expect anything, because she has the strength to hit away literally 4, 5, 6s in an over. But the main thing for Pakistan is to keep it down and avoid that happening, because they need her wicket right away if they want to get a hold of this run chase and defend it.
True, very much true that she can change the inning any moment. She can turn the tables, but keeping in mind that it's a 50 overs game, you need to have a patience as well.
Well, I'm a little amazed that Marina is a little bit optimistic about Taylor. What's the reason behind that, Marina?
I've seen her done this millions of times. I know what she can do and what she brings when she comes out batting. So you never know when her switch is going to get on, and she can take away the opposition right away. Right now, she's steady, she's cautious, but she's cruising like she wants to cruise right now.
Yeah, I have sympathies with you, Marina.
17 overs gone, 59 for 3.
Well, it's a magic still. You are in the com box and shivering. I can imagine what she...
I'm just giving the reality check to you guys because I've been there. Pakistan doing good to keep a check on her, but they need her wicket. That's the end of the thing. You need to defend it, you need her wicket.
Asking for the LBW, but definitely going down the leg side. No harm done for Windies. Yes, Taylor is there on 23, on 31 deliveries. So when we talk about a character like Taylor who could hit maximums, who could hit boundaries, yes, definitely a game changer.
That's the line you want to be bowling to Taylor because he is so strong towards the offside. You need to keep the line straight as much as you can, not to offer her any room, because you've seen her cut, you've seen her play cover drives, extra covers. So that's the line you want to be working on.
Yeah, this is the area particularly she's strong at. She loves to play cover drives and cut shots. So I've seen in the first game as well. So I think Pakistan has a plan here, which is good thing to see a progress. They come up with the plan and trying to restrict the batter according to their plan.
Well, and on the other side, she looks so confident, and she's trying to build an innings instead of going for the trash.
I think Asif, right now Pakistan needs to do is to stop their run flow, these singles. If they contain these, I mean, let them score 2 or 3 runs in an over, and the pressure bounces more on them, because once the asking rate crosses the 6, then the situation changes here. So I'm sure West Indian batters will be keeping an eye on that.
Definitely, because it will not be easy for West Indies to hit out Pakistani bowlers. Yeah, that was a beautiful delivery, asking for a stump, but lucky enough that she was in the crease, but just taking away from the right hander Nidadar.
Good work done by wicketkeeper. So 18 overs gone now, 60 for 3.
That's great work done by the wicketkeeper. Sidra Nawaz is the wicketkeeper. She's not as energetic she was in the first ODI, because I can't hear her shouting from behind the stumps today much, but she's doing great work with the gloves.
Might be she's showing some action with her hands instead of shouting.
Oh, yeah, that's really disappointing, because I know her. She's a hell of a chatter. She doesn't like to shut down, and very annoying behind the stumps if you are a batter. But yeah, not much of it today. But talking about taking on the Pakistani bowlers, it won't be easy for West Indies. Oh, that's a brilliant feeling down behind the third man area. And just running couple, the West Indies.
Well, if you could see that she was trying to cut that ball, was the wrong because she couldn't manage well. The line was okay. Might be she was trying to cut that ball at the point area.
I'll give you the reason why, because Alia seems to be, it looks like it's banging in, but it skids on just like that. It seems that it's coming on to your bat and it will rise, but it stays little low and it skids on quickly. That's why she found the inner edge in the previous shot.
Yeah, she's skitty because of her jump and all action. It looks like similar to the old-fashioned bowling line, and with this wicket, which is well known for the skitty, I think she's getting those skits, which is good sign for Pakistan.
I was talking that it will not be easy for West Indies to take on Pakistani bowlers in the likes of Sanami coming back for her second spell, Diana, Alia doing a good job here with Nashra and Nida Dar. So this task is not easy for West Indies, but still Pakistan should be looking for wickets, not containing them.
And outside the off-stump delivery, yes, it was a good delivery, and the good thing is that Taylor didn't go for the chase. Even you could see that no fielder placed in the slip, but she could realize that it's an important wicket for the Pakistan. So yes, if Taylor is there, according to Marina, danger is still there.
That's cut away nicely. Chase for a fielder. Oh, lovely efforts in the deep there. Great work done.
Sidra Amin, one of the best fielders of Pakistan team. A great looking back foot punch from Taylor. Elegant punch, and earned her a couple of runs.
Yes, she did an excellent job with the bat, and now she is outstanding in the fielding as well. It happens when you're doing good job, and look at that quick single there.
That's good cricket by Taylor, taking on a double and then soft hands playing in the gap. 19 overs gone, 64 for 3 West Indies. 65 for 3.
Well, it's still a long way to go for Windies, because they have to score more 176 runs with 186 bowls and 7 wickets in hand. So they got a plan, definitely, I'm sure about it. But this partnership depends a lot on this partnership. It is somewhere close to 38 right now, but if this partnership goes on and makes 80 or 100 runs partnership, then the trouble bounces to Pakistan. But keeping in mind the run rate, asking run rate should be checked regularly.
I agree with you. Right now what West Indies are doing, they're dealing in singles and doubles. If you can look at the timeline, not many boundaries, but they know that what role they have to play right now for this run chase.
Well, how can you forget Diana, who is she is in tremendous flow today, with the ball getting perfect swing.
That's right. And now let me ask you guys, the Taylor got the strength, Taylor got the power. Let's suppose if she would get a target in last 15 or 10 overs, if she's standing out there, and if the target is 8, 9, according to Marina, she could hit maximums as well. So I think 8, 9 won't be a big deal for her.
Yes, it won't be, given that I've seen her do that a lot of times. And what has really turned her game around is the Big Bash League. She played quite a time. She has done it for her team. And with the strength she has, I think she realized that there is no need for doing it right now. But I'm sure when the time is right, she will bang it out. I can write that down.
Well, what my point of view says that the Pakistani bowlers have seen that where her weaknesses are. So it won't be that easier for her to go after these shots easily, because they are continuously bowling on that area to her.
If they do so, the Pakistani team, if they keep up with their plan, it won't be easy, definitely. But once you leave that and don't get hold of what you're doing, then it will be difficult for Pakistan.
A sloppy effort there. It wasn't a single, but ended up with a single. 20 overs gone, 68 for 3, and the run rate is 3.40.
Well, we have been talking about Taylor, but Nation going steady right now. She can play a bit of innings. We all know that. I've seen that. So right now this partnership seems quite positive for West Indies, and Pakistan needs to be thinking about that.
Yeah, the way she pulled away, it was showed that she can go bigger as well. Nation is someone I think can be dangerous then more than a Taylor, because Taylor got a weakness that Pakistani bowlers are working on it, but Nation is difficult to be stopped because she's been sent down with the glance.
Well, I think that now the two batters, they're looking for the singles 4 or 5 in an over and trying to build a partnership. And let's suppose if they're building a partnership 60, 70, getting more confident. So if they are more confident, they could hit good and big shots. As we are hearing this again and again in the commentary box, that Banks, look at that shot, cutting and cutting nicely this time.
Yes, she has the ability to do so, play big innings, Nation, as well, because we haven't seen her do it much. That's why we're talking about Taylor a lot. But yes, it's important that what partner you have at the other end. Taylor definitely needs some support from the other side also. So Nation playing her role as required by the West Indies.
Good bowling at this time. Excellently done by two batters. Good running between the wicket.
Oh, she had a hit on her arm. I think it's Naida Khan just aiming for the stumps, but Taylor just walking into the line of the throw.
And I hope everything is okay for Windies, skipper.
Yes, and the physio is there. Obviously, she is looking for the remedy. Well, talking about dotting, yes, Pakistan was happy when Pakistan got dotting earlier on, and it was a perfect delivery by Diana. Marina?
Yeah, brilliant delivery. I think that she has been superb today, brought into the lineup and delivered what she was asked for. A great consistent line in length. With this pitch, we have seen that there was a little bit support in the morning, but not this time. It was flat track and sunshine all over the wicket. So she kept her cool and made sure that she was hitting the right areas, and she got the result.
Yeah, what I liked about Diana, she got breakthrough and she worked hard in the early without the help of a wicket. She was using only the wind, and wind has helped her through to get her 3 wickets.
And I would like to mention that obviously Diana bowled brilliantly, but the support she got from the other end was Sana. She contained it, and that helped also Diana for getting out those wickets, because it always puts pressure on a batter when you cannot get runs from either ends.
Indeed, that's true. It is very important to have a good partner in the other end, even at the bowling as well. So you need to have a complete combination working. I think the experience of Mir have helped Diana to get the wicket. She was containing too well. 5 overs, 9 runs. There was a time when the 2 wickets were down. So yes, some help there from the experienced Sana Mir on the other end.
Yes, still a chat going on between Physio and Taylor, and probably she would be okay.
West Indies wants her to be okay.
Yeah, we want her to be okay as
Yeah,
well.
you want to see the fireworks, don't you?
It is very important for the game to keep the game alive. She must be there, and don't forget there is one more ODI to go, which is exactly after 2 days. So we cannot afford to lose someone like Stephanie Taylor out of the series.
She's up and ready at the non-striker end. Alia to continue.
Good news for Windies. The skipper is fine, and that's a shout. Even I felt there was an edge. Yeah.
That was a good ball again, trying to cut away, and I'm not sure that they have really studied what Alia's bowling is all about. It skids on quickly, so a better option would be punching it on the back foot rather than just trying to cut it away, or just place it towards the third man.
I think the fuller line deliveries won't help you here. What Alia is doing is she's skidding, so she needs to pitch it on the good length over the shorter length deliveries.
Well, as far as if you're getting dots, yes, it's good. Yes, but you know that if she got some room and if she got some proper delivery on the bat, would get some punishment. Once again, good delivery. You know, it's right up in the block hole. You can't say it's an overpitch delivery.
Yeah, it's good bowling, just banging a little bit of shorter, getting it on and then changing the length and giving no room. 21 overs gone, West Indies 71 for 3.
Yeah, at the moment things looks easier for Pakistan, but you never know. These Windies women's got a lot of power. They can turn the tables any moment in this game.
Well, it's 170 runs of 174 balls. I'd probably say not easy for Pakistan, but neck to neck with West Indies. And again, Taylor is still out there.
In comes Dar. What a...
Look at that. She's standing, taking guard on the off stump. Look at that. Good delivery. Was looking for single, but yes, today we could see that Pakistani women, they are in action. They're active, more active.
Yeah, Taylor knows that Pakistan will target her with a straighter line and length. So probably that's why she has changed her stance. Good bowling backed up with good fielding, Diana Baig, not allowing Taylor to get off the mark with those singles. That is really important.
But I think if for Taylor, if she make a room for herself rather than covering the stumps, it will be easier for her.
So good start for Pakistan for this over. Nida Dar, 3 consecutive dot deliveries, putting pressure on Taylor.
What are your bets, boys? What's going to happen for this ball?
Who knows? But let's see. Another dot delivery.
Well, it was tossed up, but Taylor just decided to defend it.
And for the first time, the asking rate hits the 6 runs and over.
Good delivery. Went on the back foot. So yes, it's a proper line. It's a perfect line when you are bowling against Taylor, not giving any room.
Well, I think they should not take easy Nida Dar at all, especially today. The way she batted today and the way she's bowling. Wow.
Brilliant bowling, brilliant over for Nida Dar and for Pakistan. It's a maiden 71 for 3, West Indies after 22 overs.
A maiden over here was much needed for Pakistan. And West Indies need to contain their wickets in the hand, need to keep the wickets in hand and play a long inning. What they are planning is now to drag the game, and we'll see in the last 10 overs.
Yeah, the chat is on between the Windies batters, and probably they will be eyeing that run rate. Let's see how they proceed. Alia to continue.
Once again, a fuller length delivery, placed on the extra cover, taken one comfortably.
It was driven beautifully, full face of the bat. As a batter, you like that, but yes, talking about Alia, she needs to continuously hit that length that has been disturbing the batter.
It's a brave decision there. The mid-off fielder is standing right on the circle. So, yes, good captaincy, attacking approach.
A very attacking approach, I must say. That's a wide delivery. I'm sure that's not planned.
Sometimes when you go for the unorthodox or for the experiencing, but there is no need for the experience there. You're in good control, good position. 73 for 3. So yes.
Yeah. A little coming in the delivery in swing, a small cutter I would call it, but not letting anything easy for Windies here. Nothing.
Well, I suppose if they are keeping the sweeper cover inside the circle and pushing back the mid on to the long on, mid off to the long off, what could be the idea?
I think at the length Alia is bowling would definitely engage the sweeper cover, not the mid on and mid off. They know they have a certain plan because Alia skids on, it's difficult to hit her down the ground. it's more safe to play her square of the wicket. That's why they have this field, and hats off to Alia for keeping that length.
Yeah, I mean, Marina, who gives them this plan? Is it the captain, coach?
Well, it's a discussion that all of the three have, probably the bowler and the captain when they're inside, but every bowler has her strength, and they know what field they want according to their strengths. And discussing with the captain what the situation is, it comes out to be a better plan for now. Pakistan is just holding on to.
Once again, good delivery and a single in the same area which I was talking earlier. So yes, Pakistan are okay with these singles.
Yeah, these singles won't be hurting them much, but they need to at least bowl a couple of or 3 dot balls in over to keep the score asking rate high and higher for Windies. So when they try to take the aerial routes, it should be difficult for them.
Good looking shot with offered, and again to the cover area. It's good bowling, 3 runs just given, and it's over. West Indies 76 for the loss of 3 after 23 overs.
Tala is batting on 35 alongside Nation on 31. Both these batters have to put on a big total and big partnership. Their partnership have just reached to 50. So yeah, they are halfway through. What must be the plan?
Okay, Marina.
Okay,
किसी भी चीज़ की प्रॉब्लम हो just let me know और शिराज भाई ठीक है?
thank you.
चलो डाल।
Well, I'm wondering at what point these two Windies batter would like to put a foot down. The confirmation that Stephanie Taylor 35 and Nation 21 not out. Not much of a start from the openers for West Indies.
It's the test of their patience, how confident they are concerning their class. They must show their class. Yes, beautifully driven, straight to the long on just for a single.
What I see is that Nation is taking easier singles than Stephanie Taylor here.
Change in bowling, Nashra brought back in instead of Nida Dar. I think one more over would have hurt Pakistan if Nida would have bowled that, because she did put pressure on Taylor.
That's right, and it was a maiden over. She bowled earlier, and if she could come with a silly maiden or leg slip, yeah, if she could bowl, I would love to watch her because she was bowling so nicely.
To be honest, Asif, silly Maidon is not the area you want to be standing for Stephanie Taylor.
Yeah, you know, I'm just talking about to put pressure on. I mean, when you're playing an aggressive lady
Yeah,
like her.
it's a good ploy if you try, but you need some very big heart for that.
Asif, you want to try? Shall I call Mohammed?
Well, no. If you come out with the different experiences, and if you want to get a wicket, might be you go with more aggressive action.
I agree with you.
That's true. Actually, you need to put on the pressures, and that's the only way now at the moment to break the partnership. Put on the pressure. I remember our coaches giving us punishment to stand there.
Yes, that's right. Look, both of the batsmen, they are defensive, not aggressive. So, go with their defense.
I would like to place leg slip, as you mentioned, because they've been playing some shots, upper shots in that area. But that too for Nidadar. From Nashra, I think that she will be operating outside from off stump, finishing on the off stump.
That's right. And 24 overs gone now. Windies women 79 for 3.
absolutely. I do agree that with Marina, the way the earlier she said that it should have been continued by Nidadar earlier because she was creating those pressure. But as a captain's point of view, she might be saving her for the death overs because she is good, hard, difficult to pick up.
Yes, that's true. It's two ways of thinking about it. Another change in bowling, Kainat Imtiaz brought in for the place of Alia Riaz. She's a good bowler, bowled well in the first ODI. But it's different wicket, different situation.
Alia Riaz have bowled continuously overs now. That shows her fitness level also. A very good physique and very good fitness she is having as well.
Kainat is similar of Alia. She also skids on.
Good start. It was an over-pitch delivery, and do remember that both of the fielders are inside the circle, mid-off and mid-on.
Yes, that is what. When you pitch the over-pitch deliveries, you need to be planning according to your field set. I don't know why she bowled it there.
The margin of error is really little, especially when a set batter is there for you. That's a better length according to the field.
And look, both of the batters, they're not in hurry. They're just waiting for the loose deliveries. And yes, full marks to the Pakistani bowler. They're bowling on the proper line.
Yeah, and I mean, if you see that at the international levels, you don't get the margin of errors because it is all what they do all day. They are playing at international level. Cannot afford to give away freebies.
And this time, it's bang, which I was talking earlier. Clears the rope over the boundary for the six. Tremendous timing.
Finally, Stephanie, I told you that she can hit big and long. Just made a push, I think, not a full swing of bat, all the way crossing the boundary. Kainat Imtiaz just paying her price with a little bit of over-length delivery, and yeah, Taylor just utilized it.
Yeah, that is what we were talking about. The margin of error is too less, keeping both the fielders in a circle and giving a full toss, almost a full-length delivery. Oh, that's flicked away on the onside. Another boundary here. Oh my. Now the things are turning the West Indies way.
Talk about some wrist work, just stand and deliver. Just working her wrist around Stephanie Taylor on the pads, and she found the perfect gap for the boundary.
Well, a maximum and then a boundary. Well, what a shot that was. It was on the pads, nicely flicked. A proper shot, proper wrist work. A subcontinent wrist work, I must say. Look at that shot.
Yeah, it was a free hit, to be honest. Just wanted some bat on it and found the perfect gap. Kainat needs some thinking to do.
Now you could see that mid-on back to the long on.
Well, to be very honest, both the deliveries was a loose delivery.
There was a chance of run out there. Missed it.
Pakistan cannot afford to miss these run-out chances, especially when you have Taylor at the danger end. You need some direct hits. That was a definite run-out had it been a direct hit.
It's the difference between these two teams, you know. They got 3 run-outs. A set batsman like Sidra. Sidra and Nida, yeah. But they missed the chance. Taylor was there.
An awakening over here. Lots of action in it.
Nasty one. I think hit on her knees, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that hurts. That hurts really. I think it's neither just banging on her knee. I hope everything is fine. But a good over for the West Indies. A maximum and a boundary, and then ending up 91 for 3 West Indies after 25 overs.
We'll have a change in the commentary box. Joining us, Mr. Kamran. Mr. Kamran, it's all yours. Alongside Mr. Ahmed Khwaja.
Thank you, Abed, Marina, and K. Asif. So 25 overs left. Half the innings is gone. At the halfway point, Windies need exactly 150 runs at 6 and over. Game very interestingly poised. I'm joined by Ahmed Khwaja. Welcome, Ahmed.
Yes, thank you, Kamran. Very interesting stage of the innings right now. West Indies seem to be kicking on. Stefani with a very big over.
And it looks like what Windies needed to do after they had lost 3 wickets. They had set one milestone for themselves, and they are closing in now, and they are seeing the required run rate hitting the 6 marks. So they are trying to take some initiative and push Pakistan team back a bit.
Yes, it's been a brilliant partnership between Nation and Stefani Taylor. Stefani, as we know, is a world-class batter. Plenty of hundreds, plenty of experience. So it will take a lot of hard work for Pakistan to get the key wicket of Stefani Taylor right here. And Nation is providing ample support.
No doubt Nashra Sandhu in her 5th over. And she has been a bit of a disappointment because usually she bowls pretty tight lines and dry up the runs. But today she has been struggling with the wind blowing around.
Decent arm ball there from Sandhu, but Nation was well behind it. Yes, they will need something special to get the breakthrough here.
Again, tight bowling, and this is Pakistan need this kind of tight bowling where they can dry up runs and apply the pressure and force the batsmen to create opportunities and take some risks.
Big appeal, and she's gone. Huge wicket.
Very well kept, very well, nicely collected by the keeper Sidra, and exactly what we were talking about, drying up the runs, applying the pressure and making the batters go for shots which are not existing there. So at this opportunity she just went back and tried to forcefully cut it. The ball was too close to for that kind of a shot.
Well flighted and just a tad wide, tempted the batsman to go for it, and it was a very sharp catch behind the stumps. Well done, Sidra.
An excellent catch because it was a bit wide, pushed through, and it had the faintest of edges and neatly collected by the keeper. Sidra is really a live wire in the field, keeps the energy and the spirits of the whole team high. And it's only appropriate that she has got rid of she has taken this wicket, and she has got rid of Nation here. So Windies 92 for 3. As soon as they were looking to crawl back into the game and trying to force the initiative towards themselves, Pakistan has managed to break through.
Yes, now we see Natasha McLean coming to the crease. She will have a very important role to play here to just support her captain, keep the runs coming, and most importantly keep up her end.
It won't be an easy task considering the required run rate is well above 6 now, and Pakistan bowlers keeping it pretty tight, although in the last over Stephanie Taylor collected a 6 and a 4, but a good over from Nashra Sandhu and earning this wicket of Nation, who is known to be a big hitter. A very timely wicket for Pakistan.
And Nashra comes to bowl again. Good flighted delivery, and at least that wicket of Nation has opened the gate from one end. That was the last established player. Now we are into the more of like all-rounders category. So good over by Nashra.
You can see as soon as the bowler gets a wicket, the change in their run up, the change in their attitude, they're prepped up, they're looking for more wickets, and that complete change in body language is quite evident in Nashra Sandhu after that fantastic wicket.
No doubt. So after 26 overs, Windies 92 for 4, and they need another 149 runs in the remaining 24 overs to win this match and this series as well.
Sana Mir is about to bowl from the other end. She was bowling. She was basically opening the bowling along with Diana Baig, and they bowled well in tandem. While Sana piled up the pressure, it was Diana Baig who made most of the opportunity and bowled beautiful deliveries, especially the one against Doughton was an amazing ball. Flatted delivery of first.
This is good captaincy from Pakistan. They're looking for wickets, so they brought on their best bowler, Sana Mir, a most experienced bowler, a world-class bowler, and now if they get Stefani Taylor, then they can well take the game within their grasp.
And Sana Mir not trying to push it. She's looping the ball, enticing the new batter to go for a big lofted drive or mistime the ball. Natasha McLean, who made her debut in 2012, hails from Jamaica. She hasn't been that regular in the side. She has played 21 matches and she has no 50s as such, and her highest has been 36.
And that's the sort of opportunity Pakistan were waiting for. Quick single, throw at the bowler's end. It would have been a close call had it been a direct hit. So the pressure is back on Windies right now after the departure of Nation.
The mid-off fielder was a bit on her heels there. That was a very good opportunity, but you have to stay sharp at this moment of the innings, otherwise Stefani Taylor has the ability to take away the game with some big hits.
The good thing about the Bisma Maroof's captaincy is that she's keeping the slip, knowing that a wicket, another wicket here would further pile up the pressure on the Windies. Two close-in fielders, one on the short mid wicket and other on the cover. Shorter delivery has been easily converted into a single.
Sana Mir into her 5th over here, and she has given away only 8 runs. Pretty economical, and playing the role that is widely expected of a experienced campaigner like Sana Mir.
This time it's big appeal and it has been given out. So
Huge wicket.
Another big blow to Windies and a good wicket for Pakistan.
This is what you expect from your ace bowler Sana Mir. She gets the wicket just when required, and it's the massive wicket of the Windies captain Stefani Taylor, just short of her 50.
And you can see, yeah, she shuffled across and
Nabil, that looks a bit a dicey decision for me, both from the line and a bit high, but because
probably the big shuffle that was across the stumps created a doubt in umpire's mind, and the appeal was really good, and that's what led to the dismissal of Stefani Taylor. And Pakistani players were seen hugging each other after that dismissal. Probably they think this is the game.
For sure, that's a big wicket, and that also concludes the 27th over. It's 94 for 5 with the Stephanie Taylor gone and half of the Windies batting lineup back in the hutch, and requiring another 147 runs in the remaining 23 overs. It's a big ask now, because most of the remaining Windies batters are known for more for hard hitting rather than taking the match that long.
Yes, it will be down to Chinella Henry to support Natasha McLean. A partnership is badly needed at this stage, and Pakistani bowlers with their tails up, they'll be looking to clean this up and get this done with very quickly.
Well, Nashra Sandhu would operate with a slip as well. Bisma making adjustments to the field. The deep mid-wicket fielder has been asked to move on the right a bit. And good delivery. Pakistan have got their tails up. This time an edge, a thick edge, running towards the third man boundary. A beautiful effort by Diana Big. Full marks to her for that effort. First a big sprint and then the big dive.
Diana Big, wholehearted in the field with the ball, with the bat. She gives 100%. And even after a long spell of 7 overs at the start, now she's showing how hard she works in the field with a brilliant stop on the boundary.
Very well bowled, and as they say, there is no better tonic than wickets for a bowling side. And as soon as they got the wickets of Nation and Stephanie Taylor, Pakistan team looks to have found an extra step in the stride.
Another appeal from Sidra, but the umpire is uninterested.
This is sensational bowling from Sandhu at this stage. She's getting flight, grip and getting a hint of turn and really troubling the new pair at the crease. I think another wicket is imminent.
Another one. This is Ahmed. This is exactly what we covered in the pitch report, because there is a barren patch right where the good length for the right-hand batsman, and if the spinner is capable enough. Allowed appeal again.
There was an arm delivery, came in back sharply, but it was turned down, and with that, a successful over. Pakistan kept on the pressure. In the previous over, it was Sanami who took the wicket of Stephanie Taylor, and Nashra backed up really well.
Just 2 came off that over, and at the end of the 28th over, it's 96 for 5.
As Kamran pointed out, that was the arm ball from Nashra Sandhu. So she's bringing out all the tricks in her armory, the arm ball, the orthodox break, and now she's trying to bowl that flipper as well to nail her with the leg before.
So that's the Windies batting card again. So Natasha McLean on 3 and Chanel Henry who hasn't faced a ball yet.
Pakistan are dominating in this situation, and won't mind seeing more close-in fielders. This is the fledgling career of Chanel Henry, 3 innings for 28 runs, and there's a fielder placed at the square leg. Alia Riaz is at the deep mid-wicket boundary, while Diana Baig is on long on. Come, do you think there should be more close-in fielders now, given Windies have just 5 batters left? A good delivery, indecisive footwork.
I think Nabil, more than half of the match is gone, and after this over, only 21 overs left. So it's a good time to dry up the runs, because every dot ball is going to create more pressure. So it's a good tactics in over not trying to over attack and giving away easy runs, because all these batters are more known for their hard hitting. So what do you say, Ahmad, about it?
Apart from her accuracy and flight, you can see that Sanamir goes through her over very quickly, so there's no time for the batsman to relax at all.
This time easy single. Sanamir is bringing in all of her experience into the play, and that is what you need from your senior pro.
Sanamir making some adjustments into the field, back into the attack again. Flighted ball, smack down to deep cover again. So there's a clear plan to tempt McLean or Henry to go for the big shot with the boundary riders out there. But so far they seem to have handled it quite capably. But as we know, when Sanamir is on the hunt, it's only a matter of time.
A fuller delivery blocked in the front foot. So the Windies batters know that they need to give respect here. Otherwise Pakistan would run through their batting order.
Another ball darted in, and she went on the back foot and pushed it in the vacant area, and quickly comes back for second. With that, the over, it's the end of the 29th over. It's 100 for 5 for Windies.
At least they have reached a 3-figure mark here. Half of the side is back in the pavilion, and it's down to the lower batting order of Windies to make a game out of it.
And you can see Nabil, the run rate was exactly on 6-5 overs ago, but 2-3 wickets and a couple of cheap overs, and the run rate has almost shot up to 7. It's 140 required of 21, so it's going to be a very uphill task for Windies from here to keep in touch with the run rate as well as keep wickets in hand.
So from the over in which Stephanie Taylor took on Kainat Imtiaz, Pakistan bowlers have given away 9 runs and took the wickets of both Nation and Stephanie Taylor in the 4 overs. All the credit to both Nashra Sandhu and Sana Mir to knitting up these lovely overs, tight overs at this juncture of the game.
A half tracker that has been thumped to the cover region only for a single. Nashra needs to tighten up her bowling. She cannot allow these new batters to easily rotate the strike. And dot balls will do the needful for Pakistan. As we have been chatting around that these batters like to get on with the game, they like to play big shots. So dot deliveries will certainly make their life more miserable out there, and they would play a shot or two. This time swept harder. Deep square leg fielder is running it. She was running away but cannot stop this from boundary. It was Nida Dar who sprinted.
That's one way to combat the spin, Nabil. It's to play slightly risky shots, play across the line, but there is a square leg in place. The fine leg is in the circle, so there is a boundary to be had, and perfectly executed sweep by the Windies batswomen.
And that's exactly what Sidra Amin did earlier in the day, and to an extent Nida Dar as well. They swept very well, even from the off stump. Another dot ball. So even though Nashra has conceded a boundary, but is still managing to keep the scoring rate lower than the required.
That's a good delivery, asking the batter to come forward. Nashra has bowled well in patches. She hasn't been able to bowl well continuously. Another good delivery and a brilliant catch in the slips by Naida Khan.
You can see Nashra Sandhu not happy after she got hit for 4. No celebration needed. Just telling the batsman, you're on your way. And a beautiful delivery and an excellent catch taken at first slip. There you can see.
It was a quick catch, and Naida hold on to it.
And with that, that concludes the 30th over. It's 105 for 6. So the inexperienced Shanella Henry goes back to the hutch. And that's what a turnaround by Pakistan bowlers Sana Mir and Nashra Sandhu. In 5 overs, they have given away only 15 runs and taken 3 wickets. 14 in fact. Where Windies were looking to get on with the game and to score 6 and over. Pakistan bowlers with their tight line and length, they have pulled this match right back into the grasp of Pakistan.
This has been a remarkable turnaround for Pakistan. The first match they lost by 146 runs. That was a massive loss for them, but how they have came back strongly, that has been heartening to see. First in the batting you saw Sidra Amin scoring 96, and then Nida Dar scoring another brilliant half century in the series. That's Effie Fletcher, who has played 30 innings and is 185 runs to her belt. And then in the bowling department, Diana Baig with the sizzling start, a thrilling start for Pakistan. A brilliant 7-over spell, and now Nashra Sandhu and Sana Mir bowling well in tandem. They just not broke the partnership between Nation and Stephanie Taylor, but they have eaten away into the rest of the wickets.
The way Pakistan was beaten in the first innings, Ahmed, what do you think? The spirit that we have seen today by the Pakistan team, especially it looked like they were not ready to give up even after that thrashing that they got in the first ODI. So what do you make of that?
The key moments of today's games were both won by Pakistan. In the first innings, we were down to 3 batsmen very early, 52 for 3, and then Nida and Sidra built that 100-run partnership. So that mini battle was won by Pakistan. Here again, Stephanie Taylor was on the charge. She was trying to hit a 6 and a 4, and then there was another mini battle with her, with Sana Mir coming through and Nashra Sandhu coming through. So the key moments of the game have gone towards Pakistan, and that's why they're in the dominant position at this stage.
No doubt. And Nabil, what do you think about it? The body language, the spirit, the energy, and the fighting capabilities of the Pakistan unit, especially after the first match. What do you think of it?
I think if you look at the pattern of this whole tour, especially talking about the T20 International Series, Pakistan lost the first game. In the second game, they lost it in the super over and won the dead rubber. That gave them the momentum coming into the ODI series. Then the ODI series got off to a similar start. They lost to a heavy margin, but what a turnaround in their spirits and the energy of the Pakistan side. This young side is troubling Windies here. Alia Riaz has been asked to bowl from the end where Sana Mir was bowling from, and a good start from her.
Nabil, I would say that is a sign of a very strong team spirit and team unity, that they have the resilience to fight back from defeat in each game. In the second T20 and now the second ODI, they haven't let their heads drop and they've kept fighting, and now they're in the advantageous position of winning the game. So that's a sign of a very strong captain, a very strong coaching staff, and a very resilient team and a very determined team. So it's very good signs for the future of Pakistan women's cricket.
Rightly said, Ahmed. It's not about how you go down, it's about how you lift yourself after going down. It's about the theory of bouncing back from the defeat, and Pakistan have shown that this young side have the courage, have the resilience to come back hard.
As they say, winning and losing is part of the game. It's the spirit that counts. So not to forget, this Windies side is a very, very experienced side with lots of games under their belt, and it's a pretty young Pakistan side. Even the senior players in Pakistan unit, they have not been exposed to too much international cricket, not playing at home, all the struggles, all the challenges, and coming up fighting with the competing with the best in the business. Another good delivery from Alia Riaz.
Alia has provided very good support from this end that Diana Baig wreaked havoc. She's kept it tight, she's kept the ball seaming around, and it's been troubling the Windies women all day.
I think Pakistan have been helped by the fact that they have got good all-rounders now in the side with Alia Riaz, Kainat Imtiaz. These guys have given depth. Oh, this has been lofted over long on, and what a big 6! And Tasha McLean making her intentions pretty clear. That wasn't such a bad delivery, but it's a shot. Beautiful shot by McLean that made it look so easy.
It was just the pressure of the situation. It had to be get in or get out, and she went for that big shot, and that was a massive 6 over long on. Credit to Natasha McLean for a brilliant shot.
And that goes to show how good this pitch is for batting as well, trusting the bounce. It set up pretty nicely, pitch on the good length. She managed to trouble her on a couple of deliveries, but then she just trusted the bounce and went through with the line and deposited it across the boundary.
This time a fuller delivery driven to the covers region for a single. So thinking batting here from McLean first, hitting a big 6 over long on. and then taking a single. So an eventful over for the Windies side. They are 114 for 6 after 31 overs.
Yes, she's well aware that there's not much batting to come after this, so she definitely has to chance her arm, take some risks, and if Pakistan keeps an attacking field with the mid-on in the circle, then she has the chance to go straight down the ground for some boundaries and sixes, and she got one over there.
So 19 overs left, and the Windies need 127 more with 4 wickets in their hands to win this series. They are already 1 up in the series, and the next match is going to be played at the same venue day after tomorrow on Monday, which will start at 10:30 Pakistan Standard Time. Nashra Sandhu is going to continue. It's a bowling change. I think it's Nida Dar who is coming back. Good change, Ahmed.
Good delivery there from Nida Dar. Yes, I think it's a very good change to make in the attack, as she bowls it with a lot of flight and she gets some turn off the wicket. So if the Windies women are going to chase the bowling, then she's the ideal bowler to have in there with the boundary riders out there. So there's very much an opportunity for a wicket here, and of course she's high on confidence after that brilliant 50 she made in the first innings.
And I think she bowls with the right kind of pace for this kind of pitch, because she mostly darts it in just like she did there. Sanamir is more of a loopy spinner, and Nida Dar, she doesn't gives that much of time, and if she gets a bit of help from the pitch, it skids on.
Nida has been the classic example of being a late bloomer. Quick single there. Initially she struggled in her career, but off late she has been brilliant, both with the bat and the ball, especially her body language, how she carries herself. That's of a lioness.
Yes, she's a feisty and combative character. She doesn't let anybody dictate terms to her, and then she responds with the bat and ball. Another good delivery there, just batted down to the cover fielder. Good flight, good angles, and she's constantly testing around her pads. So if she misses any ball, there will be a huge shout, and she'll be in for a big leg before decision.
That was a quicker delivery. Green wanted to cut it. This is not her game, and that is what Pakistan certainly wants. Force her to play against her natural game. And now Bisma Maroof has asked the cover fielder to come in,
Which is interesting for the last ball.
And how did Alia Riaz made it to the inner circle? She had to sprint her way in. Nida didn't see her coming, and at the end Alia jumped into the circle, ensuring that it doesn't end up as a no ball. Classic.
It's a game within a game, Nabil. Everybody has to be kept on their toes.
So with that stunt from Alia Riaz, 32nd over comes to an end. It's 117 for 6. And what a day Nida Dar has had today.
Yeah.
Earlier 81 of 87 deliveries, and now she has given.
Well, while you speak, Kamran, there has been a bowling change, and the bowling star of the day, Diana Baig, has been asked to come back again after her brilliant 7-over burst. Obviously, Bisma Maroof means business here. She wants to roll up this batting lineup of Windies. Let's see how Diana Baig would bowl in the second spell. Here she goes. Good delivery to start off.
I must say, Nabil, Bisma's captaincy today has been very good. She has made the right bowling changes. The strategy has been spot on, and she's trusted her bowlers. She has not made any rapid changes that if something doesn't work, she's shown a lot of patience, and in good time, when it came to the fore, when it came to the moment to decide the game, then the bowlers came through as their captain's trust was placed upon them, and it worked out very well.
This one drifted onto the pads and flicked to the square leg. Boundary, just a single. Indecisive running between McLean and Effie Fletcher resulted in a single. Diana Big, what a character she is. Getting a first opportunity of the tour, making most of it.
One has to wonder, Nabil, where was she in the Pakistan think tank? Why wasn't she used earlier? She's proved to be a match winner today.
Yeah, rightly pointed out, Ahmad.
But if
Diana was basically bench because of the strategy of giving no pace to the Windies hitters, and knowingly they can smack it big, and that is why Pakistan went for the medium pacers and the spinners.
But if that is how she is going to respond to every time she is benched, I might prefer benching her after every game.
Yes, she is clearly a wholehearted cricketer, as you've mentioned before. She plays for the Pakistan football team as well, and she's a star in the cricket team as well. So a multifaceted personality, and obviously super fit. Bowls her heart out and gives her 100% in the field, and the results are clearly showing today.
Emma, this is what you got when you have athletes from multi-sports. So that's what the multi-sports culture do to you as well. And I think we need more of such athletes. This time another ball that was drifting onto the pads, and yet another single. Good return by Kainat Imtiaz on the mid-wicket boundary. It is the energy that Diana brings to the side that augurs really well for the Pakistan side. She's that one character who lifts the spirits of the whole side. Diana runs back in. This time a swinging Yorker. Almost got a wicket of it, but the inside edge took it to the boundary line. That's an unlucky boundary to concede by Diana.
And with that, the 33rd over comes to an end. It's 123 for 6. Windies women, they need 118 more in 17 overs. Would they be able to reach that target, or Pakistan will manage to end Charvi?
Thank you, Kamran. Eventful game this. Second ODI.
Yeah, what a brilliant performance by Pakistan. Overall, ticking all the boxes correctly, bowling well, batting well, fielded well, and now cruising towards the victory.
Yes, they picked up the crucial wickets just at the right time. The wickets falling at regular intervals of the innings. 6 down already for West Indies. Still another 117 required, but they lost their top batsman very, very early. It was a good partnership between with the skipper and Campbell.
Yeah, it was very important wicket for Pakistan. They knew that they had to take her out of the game if they want to defend this total. And yeah, I've mentioned earlier that West Indies do rely on Totten and Taylor heavily, and that is what the scenes we have seen today.
And on the other hand, Pakistan, like you mentioned, Marina, ticking all the boxes right today. They've picked up the catches, they've gotten the run-outs, and they've bowled, I think, exceptionally well.
First up, the batting was spot on. From the first ball, their intention was to make runs, score runs, and put a good target that they can defend with their bowling attack.
And that's what they did, winning the toss. They elected to bat first, put up a total of 240. Played out through the 50 overs, 49.2 to be precise. The last wicket was to fall very shortly in the final over. And West Indies trying to battle it out as well. They're trying to look through, play through the 50 overs. And I think what Pakistan would want is to wrap up they would want to draw the curtains down on this game very quickly with the victory. 4 more wickets for Pakistan to win this game.
Yeah, but a fireworks from McLean, that was a great hit out of the park. That was something unexpected of.
Oh, that was a clean hit, went straight down the ground. McLean. Good delivery that. A good over from Nidadar. 34 gone, it's 125 for 6.
So it's so important to set up the tone right away, whether it's batting or bowling, and Pakistan did that brilliantly. First up in the batting, they set the tone right, and with creating partnerships and attacking the West India's star bowlers. And then when the bowling came with Sana and Diana, wow, a brilliant spell they ended, and Diana was exceptional with her line and length.
Yes, Marina, I think like you mentioned earlier, right from the start of the innings, when they came into bat as well, they came in with the motive, with the aim that we're going to win this game here. We're going to excel in all 3 departments of the game. And Diana Begg has been brought back into the attack. I reckon this is probably her final over.
Oh, starts off with a wide, but yes, she's been consistent in her line length, and that is the reward she got for her wickets. Blocking down the West Indies right up the front. 115 required of 96 balls for West Indies.
That's going to run away. Bit of a chase there for Kainat Imtiaz, but there's nothing stopping that. A welcome boundary here for West Indies. Who wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Full length, pitched on a leg stump. Managed to get through the infield, and as we all know that this outfield is lightning fast, it raced away to the boundary. Some fight given up by the Windies, this pair especially.
You know, that's what happens when you come down, sort of lower down the order. They have to take the chances, they've got to go for it, and that's what these two out there are doing, McLean and Fletcher.
Wanted to go up and over McLean, seemed like that. She's standing tall, and seems like we've seen that the hit she managed to pull out was one hell of a shot.
That was a clean and a good hit of her willow.
Change in pace by Diana Begg. Well, in the death overs, that's what she do. Slower bouncers, slow balls, cutters, off cutters. So she's a full-fledged, genuine fast bowling package.
She's brought in the variations very well today. She was consistent in her first spell, kept the lines tight, and well, she was rewarded by 3 wickets. And a huge shout, and the finger goes up. That's the 7th wicket to fall for West Indies. And it's the 4th for Diana Begg. What a day she's had here so far.
Oh, brilliant delivery to come up with the tailenders. Just angling in to the batter just enough to get her out for the LBW shout. And McLean had no clue where the ball was going, missed the line. And you can see a big heave by her, but right on the pads, and the finger goes up. Delight by Diana. A pump.
131 for 7, 34.4 overs have gone past, and slow and steady. But Pakistan know that this is their game, and they're gonna have to. They would want to pick up those 3 wickets very quickly now. They'll want to add the pressure. It's the tail ender now. It's towards the end of the batting order for West Indies. We'll just have to see how long and how far they're going to go by.
Well, now the scenario for West Indies is to play all the overs and take this innings deep as much as they can. Anisa Muhammad walks in 76 matches, 503 runs. Well, best of 31, but right now they need to dig in and just keep on going. Avoid to get all out before the 50 over mark.
Well, that will give them some bases. They would want to go back, try and work out on where they went wrong in all 3 departments, the Windies. probably come back with a couple of changes for the final ODI that is to be played on Monday. At the same time here at the ICC Oval. And we will be bringing the game to you live. So do tune in and join us.
I'm loving the shape Diana's getting, a banana shape into the right-hander. Reverse swing, if I might say. That's a brilliant stuff by this young lady.
She's a good athlete, complete package, and she's a committed player. You can see that from her body language, even as a fielder, as a bowler. That'll be the end of the over as well. 35 gone. It's 131 for 7.
Talking about today's match, I think Pakistan has been exceptional. Nothing much wrong with the West Indies, but the way Pakistan has shown their character in this second ODI, it tells a story.
Surely so. They brought in the changes on this in the side. They've used their bowling attack. I think if we talk about the second innings, the bowling changes, bringing in the right bowlers at the right time. I think Bisma Maroof has been bang on point when it comes to that. No mistakes whatsoever. She's brought the right bowlers at the right time. Again now, see, we take the example, she's brought in Sanamir, the experienced Sanamir.
Yeah, with the batting power play on, the most experienced one, Sanamir, who has to turn to rather than Mir in this crucial power play.
It's a good delivery. The ball just gripping to the surface a little bit.
Yeah, spot on. No room whatsoever for the batter to maneuver, targeting the stumps, the leg guards, to taking out that LBW and bowled option.
Just was hoping that West Indies would probably come out with a better plan, chasing a total of 240 on a track, which is a promising track. Is able to, you are going to be able to chase those. But struggling through, not able to sustain their wickets for a longer time, the partnerships being crucial, losing the wickets at a very, very crucial stage. If we talk about the skipper, Taylor lost a wicket when she was at 48. The partnership was just building on, was going on well, and just as it was forming shape, it was taking shape, we thought this probably be the pair that will take the game away from the opposition. Is when she went on and she lost the wicket. Unfortunate leg before that.
Well, lucky escape there. But yes, I agree with you, and I think that West Indies lie so much on these two superstars. They have been the pillar of their batting lineup, and the team evolves around them. So they need some more players to step up for their batting side, because if one of them gets out early, as we've seen today, Doughton getting out without scoring much, it causes trouble for the batting side. That's a beautiful shot towards cover, will cut down, Kainat Imtiaz, a brilliant piece of fielding. But yeah, talking about taking responsibility as a team and standing up, I think West Indies need to think about that.
36 overs gone, 135 for 7. Another 108 runs required for West Indies in the remaining 84 balls to be delivered. Still a possible task, but well, we'll have to see. And Diana Baig comes in for her final over of this game. What a brilliant spell the youngsters had.
She was brought into this lineup, and boy, she has delivered. That's the confirmation. Not much to talk about, except Stephanie Taylor 48, missing out her 50, and Nation 23 and McLean 29 not out, still out there. But the top order, and except from these players, nobody has really stepped up for this run chase, and that's what I was talking about. Apart from Doughton and Taylor, some players have to step up if they want to work as a team in ODIs.
It's a long format game, 50 overs, 100 overs a match. You've got to play it out through. We need to to understand that it's a long innings that you will have to play. Bigger totals. Fuller land delivery right on the pad, and probably the line just going down leg side. The ball going in to the right-hander on that occasion.
Yes, the swing that I mentioned early on, she's getting the reverse swing and just enough amount of swing that would trouble the batter, and in that shout I think it was running down towards the leg. But she knows what area she has to bowl to trouble the batter.
A steady run up, Diana Baig. Full toss. Flicked away, but we'll find the fielder. Good run up, looks good when she comes in, takes the jump.
Seemed like it took Anisa by surprise. She wasn't ready because it was there to be hit out, and you need to utilize these opportunities as a batting side if you're chasing down a target.
Truly so. These are the loose deliveries that you have to capitalize on. Sometimes what happens is you're not in that sort of a mind frame. You don't know what to expect. You do realize how important your wicket is. You don't want to lose out on any more wickets. Sometimes you do have a message from your team as well that just stay out there. Let's play out the 50 overs. It's played well, and a good run at the end.
So now for Diana, it's more of fuller length deliveries, not allowing any room to the batter. Not giving any chance, and probably she was looking for a Yorker in the previous ball that ended up in a full toss, but brilliant bowling today, exceptional bowling with a clear head and a clear plan.
.137 on board, 7 wickets down for West Indies. Another 104 runs required for them to win this game here. Diana Baig has got 2 more deliveries in her final over. 4 wickets for the youngster, and let me tell you, I think those were the most beautiful deliveries she might have bowled in a long time.
Oh yes, definitely. It was delight to watch the line and length and the swing she was getting. So it was beautifully set up for the lefty. Got few beaten and then a few edges, but overall a brilliant bowling by Diana Baig. For the West Indies, I think that talking about this pair, Anisa Mohammed has the ability to maneuver some singles and doubles, and McLean can hit out. So we'll have to see that if they have a plan to chase it down or they just want to cruise through the overs remaining. What are your calls, Chavi?
Well, I'm guessing it's still not an impossible task. They've got to get behind it, however. They are going to need some couple of runs coming in, a couple of big shots. That'll be the end of the over. 137 for 7. 37 overs have gone past. They're going to have to get some big hits on board. If you look at the required run rate, has climbed over 9 runs and over now. The current is still hovering around 3.7. One good over for the Windies could change things around for them. But having a look at how the bowling attack has been from the Pakistan side, the bowling changes have been really good, and they have been able to sustain that pressure through the innings. We've seen it, but the singles, they're going to have to realize they're going to need a big hit or two every over from here on if they want to get even any closer to the big total.
Yeah, earlier I was talking with Abid and Kamran that it won't be easy for West Indies to take on the Pakistani bowlers in depth, because with Sanami, Diana Baig, Nashra Sandhu and Nida, they are that sort of bowlers that you cannot take easily on, and that's what we're seeing right now. Good aggressive running, a chance of a run out, and oh, had that been a direct hit, that would have been curtains for Anisa Mohammed.
Or probably a cleaner throw straight into the hands of Sanami. Would have probably put Anisa Mohammed into some trouble.
Yeah, Sana was trying to deflect it towards onto the stumps, but lucky escape.
But we do realize West Indies are still trying to get after it. They understand they don't want to leave it all the way to the end. The final game to be played day after tomorrow, the 11th of February. That will be the third and final ODI of the ICC Women's Championship between Pakistan and West Indies.
That's a good looking shot down the ground for single by McLean. Yeah, good fight put up by these two batters out there. And this is the fight for points for ICC Championship. It's not just a series. They're very close on the table. West Indies having 9 points and Pakistan have 8. So the both teams realize that how important these points are to climb or to decline. Oh, there's a chance of run out that should have been. Oh, yet again, a vivid throw by Javeria, but definite chances in this over for 2 run outs.
Suddenly we see things are happening. A lot of chances coming in. And that's bowler. That's a straight, a faster, flutter one from Sanamir. And that's the one that she likes. The ball skidding through straight to the stumps. And well, that's the 8th wicket to fall. And Anisa Muhammad, she's going to have to walk back into the pavilion. And that's 140 for 8.
Yeah, good delivery by Sana, and Anisa not getting underneath it. And probably I think that this wasn't her role. A big heave towards mid-wicket, but all she did was just missed. And the ball found the woodwork of the stumps. Brilliant bowling by Sana.
McLean looks in good touch. She's on 33 of 41 deliveries. If they want to get even any closer to achieving the remaining 100 runs, the next batsman coming in will have to give company, will have to accompany the McLean out there, get the singles on board, give her the strike, let her go for the big hits. But nonetheless, Pakistan has put up a fantastic batting display and bowling display as well. And they all, something that I've noticed with the women in green today is they've always come together when the wicket has fallen or in a drinks bay, quickly had a quick chat and quickly made a decision on what to do, which is a really good thing. Everybody coming and sharing their thoughts and ideas, and that has probably just helped Bismaruf make a much better decision. Shakira Selman, 29-year-old youngster, 32 innings for the opening bowler for West Indies. Comes in with an average of 12.4.
So more trouble for West Indies. Still McLean is out there, but she needs support. I think, as I mentioned earlier, Chavi, that you need to be very specific with what role you're playing as a batter. McLean can hit out and she can hit clean. Anisa Mohammed had to support her with singles and doubles, but she rather decided to go against it and ended up giving her wicket. And we saw the reaction of McLean. She was very disappointed with her.
That's what McLean would want. She would want her partner to take the singles, let her keep strike, let her go for it. She's been there for a long time. The sight of the ball is a lot better for her. A good delivery that.
Nashra has bowled 7 overs and given away 25 runs. Not best bowling figures for her, but still she has played a good supporting hand to rest of the bowlers. Sanamir, operating from other end, has bowled 8 overs and 18 runs, 2.25 economy. How good is that in a T20, in a one day?
Well, that's a very good economy rate. Pick up any bowler today from the Pakistani side. They all have fulfilled their role, been on top of their game, they've gone as per plan, didn't try and do anything different.
There was a certain single there.
Salman not happy?
Probably don't want to run, McLean. She's telling you to take your time.
Mid-wicket fielder comes in and then sent out back. The sweeper cover comes in instead. Short mid-wicket is well in place for Nasha Sandhu.
No pace on the ball. You can see by Nashra, he's not allowing any speed to the ball that the batter can connect.
And that's the trick about the bowlers. Pull the pace back from the ball. Don't allow any room or any pace for the batsman to use. Let them make the extra bit of an effort. And I think that's what the spinners are doing. And as a variation, then you would just want to push in a quicker one. Flighted delivery, that slight chance there.
Yeah, Salman just playing into the shot a little early. Lucky that didn't get to find the fielder. So after 39 overs, West Indies is 141 for the loss of 8. So West Indies, we think they need a miracle or a quick cameo from either Salman or McLean to get a little closer in this run chase.
Couple of big shots, like I said earlier, might do the trick. Sanamir to continue.
They've got a tight green circle around them, the girls in maroon shirts, and Pakistan allowing no room whatsoever for the batters to go for the runs.
So well played shot, but McLean does have to realize the singles are not going to do the job for them unless the message has been passed in that just play out through the 50 overs, whatever the result may be or may not be.
Yeah, but the shot we saw earlier from McLean, I think if she has that power and strength in her bag, why not utilize it?
Why? I mean, you want to go for those big shots, you're able to.
It's a good shot by Salman, just working towards the onside, giving strike back to McLean. Yeah, she cleared that sick from quite far away from the boundary line. It's a clean hit, so probably should try to take on one or two deliveries. They have nothing much to lose.
It's played well yet again by McLean. What you're trying to do is get comfortable first to get in the singles. They do realize this is the 40th over. They have 10 more overs to go. But with 10 overs to go, got 97 runs on board that they need to get off 62 deliveries.
Yeah, probably waiting for the right bowler to target. Diana Baig is all bowled out. Sanamir operating with her 9th over. Nashra has 2 left. All we have is Alia, Nida and Kainat Imtiaz to bowl in the death overs.
And that's bowled. That's a wicket here for Sanamir. Just a flick of the bails there. And the 9th wicket to fall for West Indies. And I think this is curtains here for the Caribbeans.
Yet again, Sanamir is just doing what she does the best. Gone through the defences and bowled. Nowhere in no form to play that shot. Wanted to cut down, but look at that delivery. A bit of spin and a perfect ball for an off spinner to watch.
It's the last of the Windies to walk in. And what a day this has been for the women in green. They've been on top of their game, winning the toss, electing to bat, good contributions through the batting order, some very important partnerships, and of course the 96 coming in from the keeper. From the opener, I beg your pardon. She played a wonderful knock, some good looking shots. She was running very well between the overs too. And Nidadar as well, some good looking shots from her below. Big hits.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. All focus was on Javedia and Bisma, as Taylor mentioned at the toss. But then if they didn't work out, it was all stepping. Well, that was a sweep. Chasing on, but that will reach the boundary. Oh, that was a brilliant effort, but she just rolled the ball with her. But yet again, a brilliant effort by Kainat Imtiaz. And a sleeping sweep shot by Cornell, I must say. So yeah, talking about stepping up, that's what the Pakistani did. If Bisma and Javedia didn't click, Nida and Sidra Amin took the responsibility and they made sure that they reached the target they had in mind. And that's what West Indies lacked.
Well, you see, that's why we call cricket to be a team game, where this is exactly what you would want to do. And if one fails, the other stands up, takes up the responsibility, goes on and scores those important runs for their side, puts the total up on the board. The same way when you're bowling. One bowler fails, the other one comes in, picks up the important wickets. Quick chat there between the skipper and the bowler. Just
yeah,
changes because they've got Cornell on strike. With the first delivery she'll be facing. And a little bit of a shout there.
Yeah, not a confident shout that was going down the leg, but they want to wrap it up now.
They would want this to be the last over. Played well. Just close that. For a second I felt she'd gone too into the crease. You might want to step a little forward ahead. Don't worry, keep one foot in there.
Well, Cornell, not confident at all, but what a performance by Pakistan. West Indies 149, gone for 9. Well, it's 150 for 9 now after 41 overs. Joining us will be Kamran.
There'll be a change in the com box for the rest of the innings. It's Kamran and Nabil.
Right, thank you, Chavi and Marina. So 91 to get in last 9 with just 1 wicket to go. When the first innings finished, it looked like Pakistan might have finished 30 or 40 runs short, but whatever they were short of, they have made up very well in their bowling. Diana Baig, Sana Mir, excellent bowling spells.
Yes, Sana Mir. I think it's more like a case of Cornell hitting it out and getting out. I don't think she would last long here. Sana Mir is bowling her last over of the innings. Should try to give her some more air to the ball. This time she does, and Cornell beaten all ends up.
Diana Baig finished with 4 for 34 in her 10, and this is the last over for Sana Mir. Last 4 deliveries, and she has gone for 3 for 21. So justifiably given another shot at the number 11 batter.
This time played off the back foot, but the similar result. No contact whatsoever with the bat.
I think she is getting proven to be too good for the number 11 right now.
Cornell getting toes. Oh, this time she heard you and showed you some class there. Brilliant.
All credit to Sana Mir. The way she bowled, she opened the bowling.
Come on, look at from where she's holding the bat. Looks like a big hitter of the ball.
Or might be just a case of reaching to the bottom. Again, a lovely ball.
I think it's more to do with her height as well. She would hold the bat right from the bottom. I don't think she would be able to touch the ground.
It's reminding me a bit of Curtly Ambrose.
This time a quicker sort of Yorker from Sana Mir, and that's the end of a 10-over spell, a brilliant spell. She's got 2 wickets.
She got 3 for 21, a brilliant spell of bowling, and bowled 3 maidens in it. And it's we are going through the rituals now, literally, because there is no chance left for the Windies to make a match out of this. But definitely Natasha McLean, a small milestone within the game for her would be to reach her 50, because she has played pretty well for 41 of 48.
And it's going to be Nida Dar, the star batter for Pakistan. She's done so well of late with the bat. And if today's game is to take into consideration, what was really heartening to see, Kamran, was the fact that how she played the anchor's role. Naturally, we see her playing attacking shots, but today she played against her nature.
It was a lovely innings, to be honest. She's starting another over. An edge on the short third man. So she joined Sidra Amin when Pakistan were 52 for 3 and was in real danger of getting bowled out for something under 200, but then she knitted a good partnership with Sidra Amin. First she consolidated the innings, and then she, in the late overs, she went for big hits, and she was on 81 and had all the opportunity to go for 100, but she played for the team's cause and got out. And while bowling, she is in her 7th over, and in her 6th over, she has given only 17 runs. A pretty miserly spell.
Well, Nida Dar will be looking to wrap up the innings here. This time drove down to the ground pretty hard, and a good effort by long on fielder Alia Riaz to keep it to just 1.
It's very heartening to see that even though the match looks in the bag, but Alia Riaz and all the fielders, after a long day, they are putting effort, throwing their bodies around in the field. Shows the spirit and the eagerness of the Pakistan side, how eager they are to put up a good fight here.
That's a good delivery, a bit quicker. Let's get it on. Cornell just surviving out there now, probably playing for McLean's half century. The only thing that is left now is to McLean to complete her half century. Flighted delivery this time around, and again forward push from Cornell.
End of another over. 43rd over gone. It's 153 for 9 Windies. For the sake of numericals and mathematics of the game of cricket, Windies need another 88 runs in 42 balls to win this match with just over 1 wicket to go. So in practicality they are literally out of the game now, and now Nashra Sandhu is coming up to bowl her last over. She has given away 32 runs and taken 2 wickets from it, her 9 overs.
Collected delivery, and McLean gave respect to it. She has got a couple of overs to complete her half century. Probably the game is gone. The only thing left for her is to get that 50. Good push to the long on boundary single from it.
Nabil, considering this match is all but won for Pakistan, yes, the rituals or formalities are left, but the way the strength of the Windies team, their likelihood of chasing down targets, how do you think, how big is this win going to be for Pakistan side, for their morale and for their spirits?
Kamal, what's more important is the fact that they were outclassed in all departments in the first game, and they've done the same here to this strong Windies side. I think that's a great motivating factor for them going into the decider. Probably after this match it would be a 1-1. Writing is on the wall.
Yeah, just to remind viewers that the final of this 3 match ODI series will be played day after at the same venue. Tried to launch it, but couldn't middle it, and ball just trickled down to the mid wicket, and McLean collects another single.
Just going through the motions now, and this Windies last pair. Not sure I should try to give more here. Try to entice her. This time a big shot from Natasha McLean, and this will end up as a 4. A beautiful shot.
Yeah, a bit flighted like you were asking her to do, and she reached to the pitch of the ball and placed it perfectly between the 2 outfielders. So in a way, they might be thinking that she might get out after reaching her 50. So let's give it to her.
Clean cuts to no avail. With that, that would be the end of the 44th over. Windies are 159 for 9.
What a day it has been for Pakistan. The first ODI, it looked awfully out of place for Pakistan. Javeria Khan got 3 chances but still couldn't make it. She was struggling with the cramps as well. And then Nahida Khan, she got hit. And Pakistan innings finished with only 8 batters down. Even Ayman, she was not 100% well, so she didn't come to bat. And what a turnaround this has been.
Well, it will be Alia Riaz. Now Bismarck going with the medium pacer here. Pakistan are trying to wrap up this innings. However, Cornell is holding her ground, making sure that she gives as much support as possible to McLean. This time on the patch is flicked towards fine leg fielder. A single, and now McLean is on a strike.
Alia is the only bowler who has gone for runs, apart from Kainat, who bowled just 1 over for 12 runs, and Stephanie Taylor got launched to her and hit a 6 and a 4. Alia Riaz had given 33 runs in 6 overs. This is her 7th over, so probably she is going to finish this game if Pakistan doesn't manage to get this final wicket.
Good Yorker, balled into the block hole, and probably this is an opportunity for likes of Alia Riaz to test themselves here. Though the match is already won, but at least they can practice out their Yorkers, the block hole deliveries.
Definitely, Nabil, and as much we have seen in this series.
This time Hoyt over the covers region, and this will be a boundary, and Natasha McLean raises her bat as she has completed her half century. Well deserved 50. She has pulled her ground and made sure that even if West Indies go down, they go down fighting and they lose with honor.
Winning the small battle within the small fight within the battle, scoring a fighting 52 or 57 deliveries, a bit of fist pump as soon as she launched it over the infield.
Another delivery in the block hole, flicked between mid wicket and square leg. 2 is the call and they will get it easily. Diana Baig was the fielder.
So I think it's more of a case of making it respectable on the score sheet for Windies, and without Natasha McLean's 50, it would have looked as embarrassing for Windies as it looked for Pakistan the other day.
And that's why this innings counts.
If you look back on the day, I think this is one area where Pakistan has to find answers like the kind of innings Natasha McLean has played. That's one area where Pakistan is lacking some quality.
Yeah, that's important, how to wrap up the tail. This is something that we have seen teams struggle with. You get the top order, you get the middle order, but if you don't wrap up well, it can cost you. I'm sure that the Pakistan support staff, headed by the coach Mark Coles, would definitely be looking into it.
That's the end of the 45th over. It's 167 for 9. And Windies need 74 of the last 30 deliveries. Possible, but highly improbable here. And Nida Dar will continue from the nets end. Why it's called the nets end? Because there are nets behind the side screen from this end. Those are the nets where mostly the PSL teams, PSL franchises mostly practice here. And my colleague in the comm box, Nabil, knows a lot about those nets and all those areas.
I think one got to give it to the ICC Academy curators and the whole staff, how they have managed to prepare so good pitches. As skipper Bisma Maroof bowling herself in, and Bisma likes to give a lot of wear to the bowler, so she might tempt the batters to throw in their wicket. Let's see. But while you were talking about the facilities and the net area, I think they are very good practice pitches there.
So Bisma, I think trying to get the over rate and bowl these spinners from both sides, because there is not much left, because Alia Riaz went for a few runs as well. But looks like the way she is bowling, it might get even longer.
Bisma should try to pitch it stumps to stumps, and I'm sure with the sort of flight that she gives, Cornell would fall for the trap. There was this catching opportunity which went by, and they will take 2 runs.
Just touch the tips of the fielder there, and she was just a little late to leap onto that.
Bisma once again. Another flighted delivery and another push now to the long of a boundary. It would only be a single. She is enticing the batter. Let's see what McLean's will do when she faces Bisma. Flighted delivery. She wanted to sweep it and sweep it hard towards the mid-wicket boundary. Couldn't get the connection in.
I think she was looking more towards the deep square leg, which is vacant, because there is short square leg. and that's why she failed to connect with the ball. Again, agonizingly flighted, and McLean tried her level best to either get bowled or throw it out of the ICC academy. Again, a flighted one, and this time McLean realizing that this is the last delivery of the over, so just patiently pushing it to the long on area and collecting another run. That's the end of the 46th over. It's 173 for 9.
Windies are now just trying to play out the overs, given they have already lost the match morally.
Maybe this is always a good message from the tail. If they don't let the opponents bowl them out, it frustrates the opponents as well, and that misses or takes away that extra bit that you know what, although you made us lose the game, but you were not able to bowl us out.
And also what this will do is that it will take out the energy as well before the decider, because if this innings would have wrapped up in the 35 or 36th over, Pakistan would have gone back to the hotel pretty fresh. Here comes Kainat Imtiaz. Flat batted shot towards long on will result only in a single.
So just to give you an idea, the last wicket of Shakir Salman, it fell at the end of the 40th over when his score was 144. So they have played now 6 overs and accumulated 29 runs here. In fact, 30 runs now.
Kainat with a fuller delivery, and now Cornell is batting really well. She's getting her confidence higher, and now playing like a proper batter.
Exactly, and that there was nothing wrong about that flick. It was done expertly, like a top order batsman who would be looking to come back and resume her innings tomorrow.
Good fight back by the tail. Out of the catch, but a good fielding effort by Niradar on the boundary. There could be a run out opportunity. Kind of flicked the stumps, but the umpire doesn't seem interested. I think it's just a matter of time before McLean or Cornell either gets out. It was a good shot, a good effort from Siddhartha, and credit should be given to Javeri as well, who ran there, ensured that the boundary is cut off properly. This time she was trying to heave the over somewhere between long on and deep mid-wicket boundary.
And I think right now Natasha McLean, she has a mini target in her sight of taking the score to 200. That would be a good psychological compensation for Windies.
This time well kept by Sidra Nawaz. It's not easy when you are standing up to the medium pacers, but Sidra's collection has been immaculate throughout the series. She comes in as one of the standout wicket keepers in the women's game, and she shows why she is rated so highly despite her batting coming into question regularly. Another big hit. This time it's coming to a commentary box, and that's a big 6 over mid-wicket boundary.
So Natasha McLean making best use of spending time on this absolute belter of a pitch, and just highlighting what could have been if Pakistan bowlers had not put in that extra effort. middling the ball and dispatching it well beyond the deep mid-wicket boundary.
Come on, that is why Diana Beg's early burst holds such significance, that she ripped off the top order of Windies batting lineup, and otherwise the glimpses that we are getting from McLean shows how dangerous could have been likes of Dottin, Kaisi and Knight. Pakistan shouldn't take it lightly.
Absolutely.
And should end it on a high note.
Bisma again starting the 48th over. And who knows? It's more of a T20 kind of target now. Stranger things have happened in cricket.
Yeah, numbers wise it's doable.
Especially when someone is at the crease with 66 of 68. Hitting big.
Lighted delivery and a very powerful shot, and it struck Bisma's hand. She's in a pain. That was hit pretty firmly.
Looks like it missed her hand and hit her ankle, and right on the ankle ball. That can be really painful.
Yeah, that would have been really painful. We thought it hit her hand, but when they hit on the ankle, on the knees or the shin, those are really painful blows. We hope that Bisma is okay, because she missed the first match after being hit on the jaw during a fielding session. She remains a key player for Pakistan, given the series is going into the decider.
Without a doubt, and what a difference her absence or her presence has made. That's in front of everyone. In this match, she has captained the side pretty well, although she could not make much of a contribution with the bat. But with her captaincy, she has been pretty good with her field placement and bowling.
That's what you want from your captain. If he or she cannot contribute with the bat or ball, the leadership qualities should come into play, and that is what Bisma has showed. She has been top notch with the changes in the bowling. We saw how she bowled Diana Beg with that 7 over extended spell, how she maneuvered her bowlers, the field placement. She has been spot on, and more importantly, the credit must be given to the bowlers too, because the execution stays with the bowlers.
Without a doubt, Nabil, you are spot on there, and it's always, although a team is never made of one person or two person or anyone in particular. It's always about a team. It's a team game, but the combinations do matter, especially when your leader is there, because the teams are selected by the captain, and that's where the captaincy or leadership role in cricket is so much important than any other sports. So the good news is she's back on her feet and ready to complete her over. So 16 more deliveries in this innings are left, provided Windies don't lose another more wicket.
Another flat delivery, another strong shot. Bisma is probably appealing for a run out. Whether she got her hand onto the ball or not, that's a big question, but Empire turned it down straight away.
Quite interesting, Nabil. This is Shamilia Connell, number 11, who is middling the ball so well and straight back to the bowler. The previous one, she hit Bisma on her shin.
Another flatted delivery, a big shot towards long on, but wasted try there from the long on fielder. We must look into it, because that should have been caught. Though it was a running catch, the Empires give it as a boundary. So Connell now chancing her arms and getting the reward as well.
Definitely, and this just goes to show how good is this pitch, that even in number 11 can come, spend a bit of time and start middling the ball.
A half tracker from Bisma, forced to the short cover fielder for no run. Back to bowl a last delivery of the over, and quite confident push there. Connell is enjoying her outing. in the middle.
So this partnership is already 45 accumulated in 8 overs at a very good rate. That's 48 balls for the partnership of 45 for the 10th wicket. Pretty nicely compiled.
It would be Kaina Imtiaz who would continue from the other end. She would hit for a big 6 over mid wicket by Natasha McLean in the last over. Let's see how she will respond. Kainat had a good outing as far as her bowling is concerned. In the first match she took 3 wickets, bowled really well, bowled in her limitations. It's very important for an athlete to know their limitations and not to overdo stuff.
Talking about Diana Baig, we'll come back to it.
Another half track top pitch. Could there be a run out? I think Alia Riaz should have reacted a bit more quicker, Kamran, because if there wasn't a chance of a catch, there could have been a run out.
It's looking like more a case of here it is. And she was late both for the catch and the run out as well, and it's looking like more of a catch of mental tiredness rather than the physical tiredness because of this partnership.
In Pakistan are just now going through the motions. There is no such effort which we saw initially, and this is something we saw in the field in the first ODI as well. They fielded so well in the first 30-35 overs, and then it was a laid back approach from the fielders, from the bowlers in the last 15 overs. Here also we saw how they dominated the Windies side in the first 30-35 overs, and then from there on it has been an easy march for the tail of Windies. Not a good sign. Catching opportunity which gone by.
On 2 of the 3 deliveries of this over, the batters could have been out 2 ways, both catch and run out, and they missed it. Talking of the splits of Pakistan innings, in this innings as well, that's up in the
there's a big hit over square leg. The umpire gives it a 4, and Natasha McLean is not happy. She wants it to be a 6. And the umpire, the standing umpire right now is checking whether it's a 6 or not. That was a powerful hit over the square leg fielder, and that's what happens when you give in away and you just trying to get over the match. I think that's something Mark Coase need to speak to the girls, that you cannot drop your shoulders in the last 15 overs and take the game for granted. Another poor effort from the covers fielder, and that is racing away to the boundary. So Natasha McLean with a late fight back, and she's putting life into this match. At least they will take the momentum going into the decider.
Here's a previous shot, and it was juicy half tracker, and she just whipped it. And the next one, it was again pitched up, and she just caressed it through the covers. So Kainat Imtiaz getting tonking. Again it's up in the air, and one bounce out of the mid-wicket boundary. So 3 consecutive 4s to Kainat Imtiaz. She must be thinking that this is the last over she could bowl in this match.
An expensive penultimate over of the innings as Kainat conceding 14 runs here. 3 back-to-back boundaries by Natasha McLean, and what an effort from her. Sitting down on one knee and hitting it over deep square leg.
So with that, Windies team has also crossed the 200 mark, which is definitely going to be a good reconciliatory landmark for them, because at one stage, especially after the 30th over mark, there was 6 for 105 when Henry got out, and it looked like they won't be able to play out the whole overs.
Kamran, I don't see the reason for having fielders on the boundary. It's a match that you were winning comprehensively, and not bowling out Windies here, I don't think that would do too well for the confidence of the girls. This is the game where Pakistan were dominating for most part.
Nabil McLean comes back. She's on 80 and she has 5 deliveries to left. Do you think she is going for her century now?
The way she's hitting, she can definitely do this. It's a fuller delivery, a Yorker. So good bowling from Nida Dar, darting in those Yorkers. And this is something, the trend we have seen over the last couple of years. The spinners are going for the block hole deliveries. Quicker delivery, this time hit in the gap. The deep mid wicket fielder would cut it off. There will be a 2.
So she still has an outside chance because 3 deliveries are left, and all she needs is 3 sixes to reach to that magical 3 figure.
And a quick delivery, and it is in the air. Nida Dar is coming in, and Nida Dar, who was the heroine with the bat, finishes this match off. And what a memorable day it has been for Pakistan. They were outclassed by the Windies in the first ODI, losing the first one-day international by 146 runs. They have come back strongly and have won this match by 34 runs. A comprehensive victory by the women in green. A brilliant day with the bat for Sidra Amin, who made 96, and then a brilliant half century by Nida Dar as well. And not to forget that Diana Baig's heroics with the ball. Is this a replay? Like you said, Kamran, she was going for the century. 3 big sixes were required of the last 3 deliveries, and Nida Dar, her Twitter account says cool Nida Dar, and she was as cool as a cucumber while taking that catch.
And what a contribution by Nida today. She came in when Pakistan were 52 for 3 and played an exceptional innings of 81 of 86. And then in the bowling, she bowled 7 overs, 7 brilliant overs, 7.3 overs she bowled. An exceptional innings by Pakistan. So Shamilia Connell remained unbeaten on 15 of 28. But it's a good comeback, a good late fight back by the Windies women. An excellent effort by the Pakistan team, especially after losing the first game. It looks like they were down and out completely, and it was more the way they got out, and they could not even complete the innings there. But the way they come back here on a bit of a green top wicket, not that lively, but there was some grass on it. So here's the look at the West Indies innings. Kasha Knight got Sidra Nawaz, bowled Diana Baig. She could score 13 of 28 at the end of Dotton. Again bowled by Diana Baig. She went cheaply today, 5 of 14, and then Stephanie Taylor stayed there for a while. Got LBW to Sana Mir, an excellent delivery by Sana Mir. Then Shemin Campbell, who was also LBW by Diana Baig just for 1. Nation stayed there for a while for 23, and then Natasha McLean, who was the last batter to got out, cotton bowled Nida Dar, and then Chanel Henry made only 7 of 9 deliveries, and the Effie Fletcher became the 4th victim of Diana Baig, managed only 4 of 9 deliveries. Anisa Mohammed didn't last for long, bowled by Sana Mir. Shakir Salman was also bowled by Sana Mir for 1, and Shamilia Connell, she spent almost 10 overs with Natasha McLean. And here's the look at the last wicket. She was going for a big shot and top edged it, and very nicely taken by Nida Dar. She placed herself brilliantly. And here's the look at the Pakistan bowling. Diana Baig, the star of the day, 4 for 34, 3 wickets up front, a brilliant spell. And Sana Mir, who opened the bowling from the other side, 3 for 21. standout performances from both. Nashra Sandhu 10 overs 2 for 38. Alia Riaz was a bit expensive, 41 of 7. Nida Dar, who took the last wicket, exceptional bowling from her as well, 7.4 overs 1 for 23. Kainat Imtiaz 3 for 36. Got Natasha McLean got stuck to her. Bisma Maroof bowled only 2 overs for 12 runs. Fall of wickets 9 for 1. They got in the first one to go in the 5th over. Then on 19th, Kasha Knight was the second one to go in the 9th over. And third one, the Campbell in the 11th over for 27. Then Nation and Taylor put up a partnership. So here's the summary of the match. So Sidra Amin scored 96 of 121 and Nida Dar 81 of 86. They both together combined put up a partnership of 102 runs, and Pakistan was eventually out for 240 in 49.4 overs. And Windies women, they also played 49.4 overs, and they scored 206 runs. So Pakistan have won this match by 34 runs. Natasha McLean was the top scorer with 82 of 76, and Stephanie Taylor 48 for 88 in Pakistan's inning. Shakira Salman 10 overs 2 for 33, and Deandra Doughton 2 for 55 were top bowlers in Windies innings. Diana Baig 4 for 34 and Sana Mir 3 for 21. Excellent bowling spells by both. So in the end, Pakistan won by 35 runs, and it's an excellent outcome for Pakistan, especially the thrashing in the first ODI. It must give a lot of confidence to the ladies in green, facing a very experienced side, and they have put up a good show here. Well, at the start of the day, most of the people here at the ground, when they looked at the pitch, they thought that is a bowl first pitch, because it might be a bit dicey to face the especially the Windies bowling. So that was it. But Bisma Maroof so that was it. So that's pretty much it for now. The innings have concluded. Pakistan has won by 35 runs. So we will be shortly back after for the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the closing ceremony of the ICC Women's Championship, played here at the ICC Academy, Dubai, between West Indies and Pakistan, which the Pakistan won by 34 runs. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce the panel here. I have with me Mr. Sultan Rana, who's the General Manager, Events and Development, Asian Cricket Council, and has given us time today to distribute the awards to the captains. First of all, I'd like to call the player of the match, Sidra Amin, if she'd like to come here and receive her award. सिद्रा, आपसे एक बात हो जाए. अच्छा जी सिद्रा, कैसा लग रहा है आपको? बहुत ब्यूटीफुल परफॉर्मेंस आज आपने दी. क्या कमाल की 96 आपने रन्स दिए 121 बॉल्स पे. कैसा फील हो रहा है इतनी ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस पे आपके करियर की?
पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का बहुत शुक्र अदा करती हूँ कि अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे मौका दिया और मैंने उसको अवेल किया. और उसके बाद जैसे T20 में और मैंने ODI में रन्स नहीं किए, उसके बाद मैं स्पेशल थैंक्स करूँगी अपनी टीम मैनेजमेंट का, कोच का एंड कैप्टन का, कि जिन्होंने मुझे इतना कॉन्फिडेंस दिया और उन्हें बिलीव था कि मैं कुछ कर सकती हूँ. और इससे खुशी की मैं कह रही हूँ बात ही नहीं है कि इस वनडे में मैंने अपनी टीम को जितवाया.
ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस और वाकई जितवाया. ये बताएं कि जब निदा खड़ी हुई थी जब तक क्रीज पर, आपको लग रहा था कि वाकई आज तो 100 हो ही जाएगा?
हाँ, वैसे निदा काफ़ी मुझे अच्छा रिस्पांस दे रही थी और मुझे यही कह रही थी कि बॉल टू बॉल हमने प्लान करना है, कुछ लंबा नहीं सोचना. और मैं क्रेडिट उसको भी देती हूँ, उसने मुझे बहुत अच्छा अंदर समझाती रही कि लंबा लेके चलना है, हमें अपनी पार्टनरशिप लगानी है, ओवर्स का नहीं सोचना, 4-4 5-5 करते रहेंगे. और उसमें हमने 20 भी लिए, 15 भी लिए. तो ये मैं कहती हूँ कि बहुत अच्छा था कि उसने मुझे काफ़ी समझाती रही.
अच्छा, सिर्फ 4 रन रह गए थे. आज अगर वाकई सेंचुरी हो जाती तो कैसा लग रहा होता?
मेरे लिए ये भी मेरे हाईएस्ट रन्स हैं, लेकिन सेंचुरी होती तो ऑब्वियसली ज़्यादा अच्छा फील होता. लेकिन अल्लाह ताला को शायद यही मंजूर था.
यानी टेलर की बॉल पे आपने आउट होना ही था.
थ्रो भी बहुत अच्छा लग गया था.
बहुत शुक्रिया, कंग्रेचुलेशंस.
थैंक यू करूँगी सबका, मेरे फ्रेंड्स, मेरी फैमिली, मेरी टीममेट्स और मेरे जो कोचेज़ हैं इंटरनेशनल डोमेस्टिक में, उन सब का थैंक्स करूँगी. और उसके अलावा ये जो मेरा टीम की एफर्ट है, यहाँ हम जीते हैं. जो मेरा शाह बानो जी की डेथ हो गई है, वो सना जी के काफ़ी क्लोज थी, लेकिन हम सब की भी वो जानने वाली, तो ये मैं अपना इनाम उन्हें देती हूँ.
बहुत खूबसूरत सेंटिमेंट्स. थैंक यू सो मच और बहुत मुबारक हो आपको दोबारा से. सिद्रा अमीन, प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच. राइट, एंड नाउ द लूजिंग कैप्टन, वी आर गोइंग टू कॉल स्टेफानी टेलर. Hi, Ari, how do you feel today? What do you think went wrong?
Well, I think, starting out with the ball, we started off well, but, the Pakistani got settled and, somehow we couldn't find that momentum or, to even break that partnership that, they just kept going and going. But, yeah, all in all, I thought they batted well.
Stefani, you've done a great performance at the first ODI. What do you think was lacking today? Do you think you could have built a stronger partnership and that's where you lacked?
Yeah, I think, even with the target that was set, the pitch was really good to bat second on. We just never had that, strong foundation at the top, and even so, we just, run out of partnerships. So I think, with the lack of partnership, we just couldn't get going.
Right. Well, thank you so much, and you still have one more game to go. So is the team all confident about the third game?
Yeah, we're pretty confident. Not underestimating Pakistan. We see what they could do. They performed well today, so we just need to go back to the drawing board, and I believe we'll definitely bounce back.
Good luck for your next game. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And now, winning captain, I'm going to call Bisma Maroof here. Bisma, congratulations first and foremost. It was a beautiful performance today. What great teamwork. What would you say about the girls? Are you super proud of them today?
I think it was a much needed win for us. I think the girls played really well, especially Sidra and Nida. They have great partnership in batting, and they gave us momentum in the match. And the bowlers did really well for us, especially Diana, Sana. They bowled really well. I think credit to all of them.
Do you think it was a good decision because Eamon sat out and then Diana came in, and were you expecting her to give such a stellar performance?
Yeah, I know that she has caliber to do well, and she has the potential, and she delivered today. I think she is an outstanding bowler. She just needs to keep up the good work.
I can see that smile on your face. That's saying a lot. I think you're very happy and you can't wait to celebrate with the girls.
Definitely, this is a must-win game for us. I think we'll like to celebrate and we'll take this momentum to the next game.
And good luck for the next game as well. Thank you so much. The winning captain, Bisma Maroof. That's all that's going to be from the closing ceremony here. Thank you so much for joining us and look forward to joining you on the third game between Pakistan and West Indies. Good evening.
शिरा से पूछ ले पोस्टमैन शिरा से चेक कर ले
हाँ सही थी भाई